Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ireland Live for Friday, the 16th of May, 2025. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Orla Donoghue in the next few minutes. What a day, what a day, what a city, I have to say. Coolock says no, have won. There's no iPass going into Coolock. I have a few videos there that I went up, and I have to say it was a carnival atmosphere up there. Everyone is happy. Everyone has joined together. They're all up there dancing, singing, having the crack. It's just a great day to be alive. Hello, Orla Donoghue. How are you?
Hey, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. Orla, I'm only back in the door. I'm 10 minutes back in the door. I swear to God, to get all this ready. And I was up doing. I done it somewhere else. I got all my stuff together and then came down. But Coolock says no. I've won. What a day! I have to say, what a day I've had. And being honest with you, people ringing and congratulations, and it's just Jesus Christ, I'm nearly crying. It's that good, you know what I mean? It was really, really amazing. I have to say, it was amazing. I have a good few videos there as well that I want to play as well. Jesus, we're flying it there up to 100 already there. People share it out there. Hi to all. Hi, Vincent. How are you? Good. It's great news, Vincent. I have to say, it's great news, Vincent. And everybody in the country needs to take heed of what happened up here. You take out injunctions and you do what you have to do, and you stand outside these places every day. And I have to get a big kudos to the lads and ladies who stayed up there through thick and thin. Like, don't get me wrong, we weren't there all the time. We were there. I fell out with a few people. I didn't go up because of it. But listen, we're all friends now. Not the people I fell out with, obviously, but all the people up there. And it was a great day. I was up there shaking hands and hugging people, and waiting to see the videos. The videos are just amazing. Wait till we get a few more on before I play the videos. Good evening from Manchester, Paul and Orla.
Hi, Michael.
Dahi, great to see you. Thanks very much, Dahi. It was great to see you and Tina as well. I haven't seen Tina since the protest last year, but before that, I hadn't seen Tina in years. But it was great to see us all down there. And you know yourself, it was a carnival atmosphere that you don't you? Hi, Paul and Orla. Hi, all. Hi, Paul. Thanks very much. Good news. Hopefully, don't kick the can down the road. Well, listen, they're bringing people into houses now. That's what they're doing. They're buying houses, or they're renting these houses, or they're getting them off the council, and they're giving them to these foreigners over Irish people. So if you see any of these in your area, you make sure that you want them housing Irish people. You don't want them doing, you know what I mean? You don't want them going to foreigners. You know what I mean? I followed Bogtrotter's stream earlier on. Who's Bogtrotter? I don't know who Bogtrotter is. Let me know if you want. Even folks, great day. Blessed be everyone. Yes, steady, fair play to you. Great news from Coolock. It is great news. Hi, Orla, Vincent Brown. Evening all. Paul, is Dublin any safer? Well, no. There's not 50 men going into Coolock. Coolock will be a bit more safer. You know what I mean? But hey, listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It was brilliant. I have to say, it was brilliant. Ireland for the Irish. Ferg asked me just to play a video here, and I'm going to just play this. This is for the people at Coolock that Ferg sent me in. And this is, listen, fair play to Ferg. I'm going to just share this because I want to send people this link. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll share this and we'll just play this and then we'll come back.
Give you an idea of the size of the crowd here tonight, lads, right? Out in Coolock. Proper Irish people standing up for their families and their communities. All right, lads. Look at the size of this crowd. All out there, straight as well, look. All right, lads. How are you? How are you doing, buddy? All right? All right. All right, that. Couldn't afford it. The size of this crowd, lads. Brilliant. Yeah. How are you doing, Harry? Proper Irish people had enough of this fucking shite. It's time for all these demons in this government to go. Simple as that. Support out here is phenomenal. Make it proud to be Irish. Tell you that here now. Go on, Kulak.
Yeah, that was just the thing. Ferg put that up, you know what I mean? That was from last year. That was from when we started the protest. Bog Trotter is an amazing person. He's got a heart of gold. Yeah, I don't know who Bog was. He there? If I was talking to him,
is he on X or TikTok? Never heard of him.
I don't know. Because of the good people of Coolock, the traitor Irish government were forced to back down. Yes, they were. People keep sharing this out here. Not everyone knows that we're live tonight. I put it out on X and I put it out on Facebook and I sent it to a few of the WhatsApp groups, but I'm going to send it on now to more WhatsApp groups. But you get us there, watch live and comment on X at FitzyDub and Anthony L. Casey at Ruggermorph27 on Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, and www.theirishchannel.com/live. We're up to 200 there now at the minute, but we should be up to a lot more. People don't know. Hello, Jane. Well done, Paul. Hats off to you all. Yeah, listen, it was brilliant. Everybody pitched in here on this one. You know what I mean? And you'll hear from some of the interviews I've done. I've done about 6 or 7 interviews, and I swear it was just a carnival atmosphere. I swear to God, it was brilliant to be there. You know what I mean? And Gavin was there, Michael Burke, Joan, me, Kevin, everybody, all the guys that were up there, Jade, the whole lot, everyone was up there. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you can share this out, people everywhere. Ferg, if you can share it out, it'll help me out an awful lot. But hey, y'all. He helps the homeless. Okay, cool. I heard Mick McLaughlin is going to be up there at 10 o'clock playing a few tunes. So I told Kevin, I said, I'll send you the link. I said, and bring us in. We'll bring you in live into the studio here and you can show us what's going on, the carnival atmosphere. Yeah. Bog Trotter videos on homeless people to highlight. Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, very good.
Bye again. Well done, Coolock. Avril, thanks very much, Avril. Yeah, share this out, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Paul and Orla. Yeah.
Hi, Paddy.
Hi, Daniel. Bog Trotter is a good man. Heart of gold he has. Yeah, he has indeed. But let me just pull this down. I'll tell you what, Orla, you sent me over stuff there earlier. I'm just might go with some of your stuff there just for a minute. Today you sent me over. What's this now? Tells truth. We all commence another day's work. Just remember the hard-earned tax has been the average daily cost is now for the asylum seeker. Yeah, we'll share that and just talk about that for a minute, and then we'll go back to the Coolock thing in a minute when I play the videos. Okay. So as we all commence another day's work, just remember your hard-earned taxes are being siphoned off to pay for illegal Arabs and Africans to stay in anything from tents in fields to hotels and everything in between. The average daily cost is now 36 grand. 36 grand per asylum seeker. In a logical and just world, our taxes would instead be used for a recruitment drive to our border police and our ports and the north that will conduct deportations daily. This 1.2 billion does not account for medical cards, legal aid, education, child benefit. It's mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling, isn't it, Orla? All this.
Yeah, I have a few statistics there from Terry Kay. He's actually very good on X.
Okay, that's the asylum system. Hold on, did he send this, Terry Kay?
Yeah, there's a few bits there.
Yeah, Nigerians continue to lead the way. Immigrant crime with 47 individuals in our courts in the last six or more this month. As mentioned above, IB was convicted of murder. Aubrey was described as a borderline kleptomaniac with over 100 convictions, along with other knife charges and other with fraud charges. The Romanians were a consistent all month up and down the country. Courts with 13 individuals making headlines, 5 of them for theft, burglary, and charges, 4 more for fraud charges. So there it is there. There's what we've had in the courts this month. 47 Nigerians, 39 39 Romanians, 22 Polish, 17 Brazilian, and 16 Lithuanian, 13 Ukrainian, 12 Indians, 9 non-nationals not confirmed, 8 Latvians, 7 Chinese, and 7 Croatians. Now, I don't see any Irish up there, so the Irish must have stopped robbing and doing whatever. But yeah, I get where you're coming from on that one, Terry. Yeah. Like, as I said, I was in the courts 2 weeks ago, and I seen it. I'm going to be honest with you. Every 3 out of 4 cases were foreign nationals. I'm being honest with you. 3 out of 4, and they all needed interpreters. Every one of them. You know, it was crazy.
And they're probably all on free legal aid as well. And I have a friend whose husband, I have a friend whose husband is a prison warden, and I was speaking to her today. And 60%, I'm not going to name the prison, but 60% is all foreigners in the prison.
Yeah. Hi all, youth. Congratulations to all in Coolock. Strength in community. Yeah. Bog Trotter, I interviewed you last year in Castleknock, in Coolock. Sorry, yeah.
Hey, Jaden.
Yeah, in the UK, immigrants have PlayStations in their hotels, for fuck's sake. I wonder if I go across on a dinghy, will I get a PS5? No, you get 6 months. That's what you get. That's what you get. These were legit. Michael John Dennis. Racially motivated rape crimes, yes. Rape and pillage. Hi, lads. Well done to Coolock. Yeah, I have to say, everyone is at us there now all day. We're up to 400 there, people. Keep sharing it out there. And keep sharing it out there. As I said, I'll get the rest of the lads to share it out there now in a minute. But is there any more on this one? One day in Dublin, 2 Irish lads armed with hammers attempt to steal a motorbike and attempt to assault an off-duty guard who pulls a gun. An unhinged, violent African attempts to stab a 16-month-old infant. That was yesterday. Did you see that yesterday?
I have the video sent on.
With a can, I think. Yeah. Arabs and Roma in gang warfare in Mountjoy Square. That was yesterday as well. Val done that video. I'll pull that up now in a few minutes as well. The top story is reason enough for Ireland to stop importing absolute maniacs from third world cesspits. This is just Dublin, and it doesn't consider the numerous incidents happening daily around Ireland, like Mullahabon, if it's true. That's the young girl who walked into the pub the other night and said she was abducted. She was kidnapped 3 weeks ago, and she was raped and tortured by these. Carrick McCross and countless others. It's happening up and down the country. I'm being honest with you. I said this last year when we started this show that we were getting one a week, that we were getting one every 2 weeks. We were hearing about one every 2 weeks. Then it was one every week. Then it was one every day. Now it's 3 and 4 times a day we're hearing shit.
I know.
You know, if they can't see what's happening here, like they know what's happening here, the media won't report on it. Nobody will report on it, because if they report on it, well, then they have to admit that it's happening. You know what I mean? That's the thing, you know. Yup, Sarah, aka this is Gotham City. We're like Gotham City.
I put all that. There's no statistics there as well, Paul.
The what?
What you have there?
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah, I'm going to read it now. April 2025, immigrant crime counts. A slightly quieter month in the courts, but nonetheless equally as shocking. We've had 3 murder convictions, 4 rape, sexual assault charges, convictions, nearly half a dozen knife assaults, chaos on our streets with a number of citizens killed or left with lifelong complications as a result of dangerous driving. Fraud of all kinds is rampant in welfare, cyber and employment, and an accusation of jihad terrorism. Yeah. We had Daniel Banneroo, Romanian, convicted for the murder of Larissa Serban. Homeless Nigerian Brian Ivey attempted to con the judiciary with a false claim of insanity when found guilty of murder of Peter Kennedy. Reagan Rajan, an Indian migrant, found guilty of the murder of his wife, Deepa Parajjuti Damania. All these cases will be detailed below, as I always do every month. So here's these guys here. Look, 25-year-old man. Can you see that yet?
Yeah, that's just the pictures of them. Yeah. Well, I put it up on Facebook, and I actually stated it. I said, we were told that there was supposed to be no correlation between immigration and an increase in crime.
Yeah. Hang on, Susan Delaney is there. I'm just going to read this here. Rape, sexual assaults, interesting result thus far. I've reported on 16 individual cases of rape and sexual assaults by immigrants in 2025. Every single immigrant charged or convicted thus far of a rape or sexual assault in 2025 are from a non-EEA country, so they're not from EU. They're outside the EU. All of them are black and Middle Eastern ethnicity, bar 2 Brazilians. The 2 non-nationals have not had their identity confirmed as yet. Once again, further evidence that not all immigrants are the same, and the certain cultures do in fact breed certain crimes. Ireland is a mass importing rape and sexual abuse from countries where it is not seen as a crime. Yeah, that is just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, Terry's brilliant. I use a lot of his stuff from X. You know,
I have to say Terry is brilliant. Yeah, is Terry from Newtown Mount Kennedy or somewhere like that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But his stuff is very good.
Yeah, we got to know these people from the people who killed and stabbed their own people over a joke. They're all in their hometown carrying machetes. Yeah, it's true. They are running rings around us whilst their government throws us, defend us under the bus. That's exactly what they're doing, yeah.
Well, you see, the problem is these figures are not been shown on RTÉ or Virgin Media. So a lot of people don't know them unless, apart from whatever we're sharing out. When I say we, I mean nationalists are sharing out. Like, people are not going to know. They're not going to see it. Exactly, Eddie.
2 images up.
Yes, Jaden did a very special request for me. Well, 2 requests.
Okay. This is why we need martial law and national state of emergency. We don't need national law. If they bring in martial law, then there'll be an EU government. We don't need martial law. We just need the police to help us here. We just need the police to do that, to stop these people from coming in and stopping them at the border. End of story, and deport the ones that's already here. These people are not good people. They're not good people. We know they're not good people. Listen, we all have neighbors and friends who are Polish, Latvian, whatever. They're here years. You know what I mean? Like, I have friends that live in the estate. I know them. You know what I mean? They're personal friends of mine. The kids playing with my kids. Nobody has an issue with these people. You know what I mean? These people have bought houses here. They've done this. They're not sponging off the welfare like these scumbags. You know what I mean?
They're here in the work and paying taxes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgraceful. Like, you know what I mean? Did you see the church in the UK that's now a mosque? They're nearly all mosques now. All the churches that were taken over in the UK are mosques.
Go back to that comment. Okay. Go back.
Sorry.
The tarmac over the bodies.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I seen that.
I must have that for tomorrow. That is shocking.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The fucking Yahoo blacks full of anti-whiteism. Yes, and you have these gobshites on TikTok who were born here, probably black kids, and all they're doing is just alienating people with their TikToks. You know what I mean? At least whatever. If we put up stuff on TikToks, it's fact. You know what I mean? We have the documents. We have the evidence of what has happened here. They tell you, the far right this, the far right that. Ask me arse. The fact is, these individuals' cultures do not match whatsoever. It's like mixing oil and water. Yeah, you're 100%. Dead right. Have people seen the video of Armed Garda in the park in Dublin? I'm going to pull that down now.
I have that. Yeah, that's the one I sent that on as well.
Did you send it on to me? Hold on there.
Should have. The 2 of them. And then the one off the man that was going to stab the baby with a broken can.
Okay, let me just. Oh. When did you send that over to me yesterday? Oh, I have.
The 2 of them yesterday.
This is the can. I don't know where the other one is. The other one's not there.
Should be there. I think I sent it on.
Oh, okay. I have this one here. The one of the fucker who let's just present this and we'll come back in a sec with this.
There's cameras all over.
This is the guy. This is the guy who tried to slash the kid with the. See?
And he did back to the monkeys.
Like, what chance would a woman have against a scumbag like that? And it's taken 3 coppers to do this. You know what I mean? It's.
I know.
And then Kiana
that's disgusting.
Jaden's right there. We don't no need for martial law. We need gun rights. We do need gun rights and private borders. That's exactly what we need. Paul,
but if you actually look at him, at the very beginning of the video, like he just looks like he's dead behind the eyes. That there's just nothing there.
Yeah, but they're all the same. That's what they are. That's what they do. You know what I mean? They know they are good people. Yeah. Biggest protest to hurt the corrupt government is to stock up and quit your jobs. Don't work for a corrupt government. A lot of people won't do that, you know. Never sponged off the welfare ever in my family. I stayed proud of that. Well done. I have a friend, Eddie. Now, Eddie's 53 or 53, I think he is at the minute. Tell you now, 53, yeah. Eddie was never been on the social welfare in his life. Never. And even when he wasn't working, he was, you know, he'd do nixers. He just never on the social welfare in his life. Jake and the Windrush, another outright lie. Just like the Windrush, another outright lie. We never needed foreign labour. Yeah. They bulldozed the gravestones down. I saw it. Jesus.
That's shocking. I must look that up tomorrow.
They will bulldoze. No, they'll bulldoze Glasnevin in Dublin if we let them, but we won't let them do that. We won't let them do that. Or they did this to a Jewish graveyard in Manchester, put up a mosque, and the council covered it up. Jesus Christ.
That's disgusting.
Why work with the corrupt government? Yeah. Wow. Free helicopter ride for them. Yeah. Paul, you were in the oven today. I baked. I was up at Coolock there for an hour doing interviews, and it was great. I'm going to show the interviews now in a minute. Michael John Dennis, who cares? They nut out people. They shouldn't do either. You know, bunches of them showed themselves up for online doing lives all about themselves. Yahoos. Yeah, I've seen these. Like there's one young one. I don't know what his name. Is. Kevin Coyle, Paul's on the Tanners.
Paul's on the Tanners, yeah.
That's what he said to me. I think it was Kevin said, "Are you taking them tannin injections?" I said, "No, I'm not. I'm actually going to move in here now. I'm going to play some of the."
You're nearly matching with the outset.
Yeah, I could change it there. Yeah, in a minute. I want. Yeah. Okay, EU pushing today an EU army. If this happens, they will be on our streets if we don't get the government out. Get the government out. Yes, Jade and Chris. Michael, we need private security. That's for us. If we don't, their job don't play yet. Irish Lives Matter. Well done, Brian. Fair play to you, mate.
Hey, Brian.
Well, you were there as well. I missed you there today, Brian. I thought you'd have been up for fair play to you. You've been there through thick and thin as well, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Paul looks like he had a weekend in Benidorm. I played and wish I had a weekend in Benidorm. Yeah, Irish man. Where does the human rights stand in the human thing? Okay, listen. I'm going straight into this here, okay, and I'm gonna just start playing the videos because honestly, guys, it's a great day. It's a great day. I'm gonna go with the lads first, okay?
Bloody flag. This is a great day for Coolock and the country here. Coolock says no, and he says no from day one, and we meant no. And 14 months of our life taking office, but we're gonna live the rest of it together as a family here. Because a great community here we have. There's no other better community around than Coolock, and we show that. But here's Jade now.
Just like to say thank you to everyone from the Coolock area who helped us, supported us, donated stuff from day one. The lads who built the huts, done the night shifts, the chippers around who fed us, every single person for the beeps and the support and for not giving up on us. Because that's all it is. If any one of us had given up, we wouldn't be still here today. It's just that everyone just staying together and staying united. That's what got us through. The people who didn't leave this camp.
Just as Jade said there, just want to say thanks to everybody that supported us and great community and all the people around here that supported us day in, day out. And it's a brilliant victory for us all. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah, I'll just echo what Paul and the lady said. Thanks very much for everybody for the support. It's been a long, hard, tough 14 months. We've been through all sorts. Didn't come easy, but anything worth having doesn't come easy. Yeah, look at everybody joined together, and this is the power of people uniting. We will get stuff done. Now, what I'm also calling for here now is both groups, Coolock Stands Stronger and Coolock Says No, to come together and make sure that any housing that becomes available in this area goes to people from this area who are on housing lists 5, 10, 15, and even some cases 20 years waiting on housing. It's unacceptable and it's absolutely ridiculous. So this is what I'm calling for now. Just both sides come together and make sure our own people are looked after first. Simple as. Thanks very much for your support, folks. Thank you. Coolock says no!
I'm just gonna go through these videos, Orla, because like it's just this is Kevin now talking to himself.
It's nice to get something positive.
I have to say. Yeah, it's brilliant to get something positive. So here's Kev.
Yeah, and also what we'd like this building, now that this building is done and dusted, what we want it to be used for is a parts centre, parts school for kids and adults with disabilities. It's what's needed, and also regarding the creche up in Kilmore, like that needs to stay. Absolutely, like that cannot go. And if that goes, you don't understand what you're doing to the kids around this area. It's like it's detrimental to their health, and it needs to stay open. It's what we need around here, and Kilmore Celtic as well. They need funding. Girls are having to go across the road into people's houses, get changed in there. They're having to get changed in the bushes. 20 years fighting for funding in this area. It's unacceptable. It's what we need in this area is millions of euro worth of funding. Thanks very much.
I'm just gonna go through these. Okay, we had I'm gonna go the girl who actually brought the girl who helped us bring the injunction. Her name was Melissa Kelly, lovely girl, and I'm just gonna play her there and what she says. Okay. No, I'll do the other group. The other group that was talking. Hang on. Yeah.
So what a great day for Coolock down here at Crown Paints. Success for everybody who participated in the court case, who participated staying here for nights on end, coming here all day. What a great day for Coolock. One battle in this big war that we're all in the middle of.
And we're going to keep fighting. This is just the first one. There'll be more. We're not giving up.
And hopefully this will show the rest of the country this is how we do it. We need to take back our country.
Everyone's not on their own. Coolock stands behind us. Yeah, I just want to say, send a message out there to all the politicians from RTE News. We beat the state. None of you had anything to do with it, and it was the local people of Coolock. Coolock stands now the original group. Coolock stands stronger and all the lay people.
And this is only the start of it. Coolock says no. This is only the start of the war. Yay!
And I'd just like to say about all the politicians who are jumping on the bandwagon, Jocelyn Henry, John Lyons, all the rest of you, none of you did nothing. You didn't answer emails. We the people, everybody who stood here at Crown emailed us, asked us all to help us, and you threw us all under the bus. And now you're trying to claim it's a great victory. Well, it's not down to you, it's down to the people of Coolock, the court case. Very huge thanks to Melissa Kelly, and huge thanks to everybody who's done their part in this fight against the government. And let's hope that this gives hope to everybody around the country, because if Coolock can do it, anybody can do it.
Yes. And can I just add one last thing on behalf of the group? She's not here, she's gone down to the shops. Melissa Kelly, our lay litigant, and Manji, our other famous lady, but Melissa Kelly did a fantastic job working through the legal jargon for us and for the group.
And we're back in court next Friday. We were supposed to be in court on the 17th and the 18th of July. So now they've moved it forward due to what happened today onto next Friday, the 24th of May. And if anybody wants to come on and see the show. Everybody is welcome at the court. Well, thanks to Ireland Live. Hey, home.
Hence today I believe I am acting in accordance with the will of the Almighty Creator. By defending myself against the Jew, I am fighting the Lord. Yeah, nothing about. Okay, there's still more videos here. Okay, we have Melissa came back and Melissa spoke. So we'll go with Melissa.
Down everybody, Paul Simons here, Ireland Live. I'm just joined at the Coolock camp here, where Coolock has says no, and I'm joined here by Melissa Kelly. Melissa Kelly was the lay litigant who took the case against this, and fair play to Melissa. Is this a good day for you, Melissa?
Oh, it's an excellent day, and it's great for all of the people, Alan and Amanda, the other two plaintiffs, and the people who stood here at the doors, and all of the protesters should be very proud of themselves, and I'm delighted it's a great win.
It is a good win, but it took a long time, didn't it?
Yeah, it did take a long time. We lodged it, I think, the 17th of July last year, the 19th of July. And they've been adjourning it. But I think that they know, because of the fact that we've taken it under international law and under the European directives, as well as under Irish law, that they can't just sweep it under the table and say, it could be a big victory for all of the cases going forward, and all of the IPAS centres going forward, because their statutory instruments aren't worth the paper they're written on. They're completely unlawful, and when that comes out, they all have to fall.
Exactly, but I think all the counties and all the different IPAS centres in the country can take massive kudos for this. So they need to do this as well, don't they? They need to take this.
Yeah, and it very much has to be like a two-pronged approach, that the people of the protesters at the door have to show, at the gates and at the, have to show that the local community doesn't want this. And then they can be blocked through the lack of public participation, the lack of community support, and the lack of, fairness to people in general.
But as we said there a minute ago, none of the councillors or none of the politicians in Coolock helped us in any way with this. We had to do this all by ourselves, between people on the ground here day and night, staying out in hail, rain, sleet and snow, yourself through the courts, Alan through the courts, and Mandy. Fair play to everyone involved.
Yeah, very much so. And I think as well, like the councillors that are going to say now, oh, it was our doing, are the very ones that were calling us all far right for standing up to it. So, it's just the way of it. But I really, all respect to my other two plaintiffs, Alan Crahan and Amanda Farrelly. Excellent work at the protests, and everything. It was just a group effort, and it was really brilliant. And all of the people behind the scenes that helped, it was great.
Thank you very much, Melissa. What does Coolock say? No!
It was brilliant. We've more. Now we have.
So that's Melissa.
That's Melissa Kelly. And I'm going to play our dad now. Our dad came on for a couple of minutes to talk about it as well. He's with the Irish Environmental Defenders. So we play our dad, then we'll play me, because I've done a little bit of a doobie.
So, my name is Brendan Kelly. I'm a member of the Irish Environmental Defenders, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today. Today is a very famous day for the people of Ireland. Like every single solitary person won the victory that's been here today, and it's down to two things, in my opinion. It's down to the determination of the local community here in Coolock that's held their ground, put up their hand and did what they had to do. And that coupled with the court case and the other upcoming court cases. And I'd call it every little community throughout Ireland now do the exact same as the people in Coolock did. Put up their tents, put up their tents, and lodge their court cases. Because in time it should be shown that none of these iPad centres absolutely has planning position, and it's time for it to be stopped, and it's time for most of the people to put an interest once and for all. And again, I like to give credit to the people here and Alan, Amanda, and Melissa on our behalf. Thank you.
I don't know why the sound wasn't great on that. That's the only one. The
you
sound
could hear
wasn't
the cars, going by.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Now I have to say, I'm gonna go with me now, right? Because I hope this works for me.
How you doing, people? Here we are. Coolock says no outside the Crown Paints factory in Coolock, and I would like to thank everyone. I have to say, everyone who was involved in this, that was here through hail, rain, sleet, and snow. Everybody here deserves a big thank you, I have to say, and the people of Coolock and surrounding areas owe all of these people a big debt of gratitude. And I myself would like to thank every one of them that stood out here. Between everyone that was here, as I said, they were here over the Christmas, they were here during the summer, they've been here since hail, rain, sleet and so. And then we had the people who took the case against it as well, the injunction case. They all deserve big kudos here, everybody does. And I'd just like to say as well, thanks to the Irish Channel and Ireland Live myself, because we're not going to do any interviews with RTE or anyone else because they're propaganda. They never asked us once to help. They never came up here. We had that gobshite O'Kelly, Bradley O'Kelly coming up here and talking shite and making these people out to be far right and everything else. These people are not far right. You look around you here, there's grandmothers, there's grandfathers, there's daughters, there's sons, you know what I mean, there's kids, there's everybody here who put in all of this. And Paul Collins came out and said that we were this. And again, yeah, as I was just saying, Paul Connolly, the reporter that came up here last year with Antifa and tried to break up this protest, that didn't happen. But I will say one thing, there's a young man lying in prison now for that phone. And that phone was never taken on Paul Connolly. That phone fell out of his pocket, and that young fellow was doing 3 years because of that. And it's a travesty, I'm telling you now. And Flicko, fair play to you, mate. You stood your ground and you never backed down. And fair play to the people of Coolock. Thank you very much for everything you've done. What does Coolock say? Coolock says no. Coolock says no. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Brilliant, I have to say, brilliant. I have Councillor Michael Bourke talking. Well, not councillor, he nearly was a councillor. I have Michael Bourke, then I have Alan, and then we have the last bit then just to finish it off then with the last bit. All right. So we'll go with Michael Bourke here now. It's only 1:39. It's just straight to the point.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Hello, I'll just keep this short with Michael Bourke. And I just want to congratulate all the people, the various groups in Coolock that won this battle, and the legal people as well, which is instrumental in winning this as well. And the High Court here next Friday, I hope people come for the state to announce it formally that they're withdrawing the IPAS centre. And that's down to the people of Coolock. So what does that mean? It means communities do have a veto, like Mohampton Road, the residents of there, which I support. They're entitled to their environment as the people in Coolock are. So I'll ask people to support these things around the country and take legal action where necessary, as we've proven we can do it, and also protest. And also, I ran in the local election, the national election, Michael Bourke.Irish, and just for Dublin Bay North alone, I know Paul is doing his thing, that they'll join the party, hopefully their eyes set up to represent Dublin Bay North and then further afield. Because only through local elected representatives that represent the people will we achieve anything. And they are councillors and TDs. Because a lot of councillors and TDs gave their opinion today, but they called us all racist. From Aidan O'Riordan and Fairview to many others. So the only racism is them against Indigenous Irish people. So I'd ask people to be aware of that and consider joining me and Michael Bourke.Irish as a party and supporting Paul Fitzsimons as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I didn't know Michael was setting a party up. A fair play to him, yeah. Michael Bourke.ie, the party. Fair play to Michael, yeah. He's a good man. I have to say, he does a lot of work there in the community, and I'm going to be honest, that man knocked up 40,000 houses during the elections. I know he did. You know what I mean? He was out since March or April with the locals, like, you know what I mean? But Jade and Chris, what's this now? Why do you want military and guards to abuse people more than they do already? Yeah, I know. I'm missing a load of these people because I'm putting on the videos, but listen, the videos have to be played. We had me, we had Michael Bourke, we have Alan. Alan's about 3 minutes long. Alan goes into a bit of the stuff about the asbestos and what have you. So we have 2 more videos. We have Alan, and then we have the group at the end where they ask for whatever. But we'll play this and we'll come back.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Alan Croghan, here from Ireland Live. And I just wanted to say it's the 16th of May, and we got official notice from the High Court and from the state that they're withdrawing their case in relation to putting IPAS individuals into Crown Paints. So it's an absolutely magnificent day for the people of Coolock, the residents of Coolock. Obviously the building has to be condemned, it has to be demolished. But we're back open. We weren't open court, due to be open court in July. But as I said, I got an email from the High Court stating that the case has been brought forward to the 23rd, which is this Friday, the 23rd of May. So if anybody can make it up to the court to celebrate the victory, and that would be absolutely amazing. But the most important thing is that I just want to thank everybody from Coolock, and particularly Paul from Ireland Live. He's been behind us along with Michael Burke and Paul Simons. Two great guys, been with us from day one, right behind our backs all the time. And I've nothing but the highest, respect for these people, gentlemen, and not just no sunshine of anybody's behind her, I speak the truth. And then there's also Melissa Kelly, who travelled all the way here from Galway, time and time again. And because she's the legal in relation to this case. And myself, Alfie Croghan, I was the first name plaintiff of the case, and Amanda Farrelly, an ordinary lady, taxi driver, and the three of us stepped up onto the mat and became the plaintiffs. And we all gelled well together, we all worked well together. We've done a lot of research, a lot of work to make this case what it is, and congratulations to all the people down here at Crown Paints, because it was so important. There were many tentacles to this octopus, if you like, metaphorically speaking. Is that you had us in the court behind the scenes, nice and quiet, and then we had the presence of the tricolours and the staunch patrons of Coolock standing there, letting the drivers, the cars pass by, know that this case was still ongoing and we're still fighting it. And now, just under a year on, we have won the case and we beat the state, and we have all these so-called politicians coming out now trying to garner support in relation to what us as lay litigants, and we paid it with our own money. We didn't get money from anybody. It came out of our own pockets, all the funding, and just a clear message to every single group out there who's dealing with the same issues in relation to IPAS centres. If we can do it, you can do it. So please, John Wayne, get stuck in and don't be afraid. God bless, and we continue to fight. Erling Black.
Deadly. But he's right in what he's saying there. Not one politician, not one of them came down there. They all slagged us off. They all called us far right and scumbags and everything else. My 78-year-old father, he's 79 now, he was pepper sprayed. There was kids pepper sprayed. I was pepper sprayed myself, but listen, it got me in the back of the head. But there was guys pepper sprayed there for doing nothing. The guards just turned on everyone there that day, and RTE got their gotcha moments. You know what I mean? That's all they wanted, was to show the normies, the people who are sitting at home, scratching their arse, watching football and doing whatever, that this is what these scumbags are like. Look, fighting with Gardaí and doing whatever. You know what I mean? But that wasn't what happened at all. That wasn't what happened at all. I was there, and fair play to Coolock, fair play to everyone. And I'm going to play the last one here now. Okay, the last one here now is when the group, a few of them come together and just say what they want for this place. You know what I mean? Because it has to be turned into something. You know what I mean? It really has to be turned into something. So we'll go with this.
How are you doing? Paul Simons here. I'm with some of the Says No groups here in Coolock, and they have a message for the owners of this building. And
what do you think?
So now that Coolock has won and an IPAS centre isn't going here, we'd appreciate it if you could maybe think about the community that has very little amenities for the children in the area. So maybe would you consider making a little hub for kids, where there could be a section where they learned how to sew, they learned how to cut hair, they learned how to do gardening, they learned any amount of things. There could be a little coffee shop, there could be an area for the old folks, but definitely something generated for the Coolock communities,
Definitely. Yeah, myself, we've always advocated for it from day one to be turned into a part centre, part school for kids and adults with disabilities, because it's what's needed. But the ground itself, it's so big, you could do that. And like what John said, you could have little rooms, several pubs where people can learn different apprenticeships and so on. There's a lot of things that can do, and the Howards who own the building will have the full support of the Coolock community. It's just what we want. It pass back into the hands of the community, and you will have our full support.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's different places all over the world have trade-free zones, for trade and special tax rates and all. And anything that benefits the local Northside Coolock community, I think, and it would benefit the owners as well. I think it would have the full support of all the groups. So the groups are reaching out to those people that own this place to try and work with the people, if at all possible, if it suits them.
Yeah, hello, my name is Alan Croghan, and I would just like to extend a friendly invite to the owners of the building behind us, the former Crown Paint production facility. If there's so much more that can be done to the benefit of the people of Coolock and the residents here, and money can be made for the owners. You know, because as my friends here mentioned, the numerous different things like the school and the different workshops and all that kind of stuff will create employment, create talent, and educate the young people in this, because this is absolutely massive. You know, but obviously the building has to be condemned because of the asbestos and the power of hydrogen and everything else. But it can be obviously demolished and taken away by experts and then rebuilt, because it'd be a good investment. And then you can do anything with it, you know. But the invitation's there.
Thanks very much. Well, there you go. Out to the Howards there now. The ball's in your court now. You need to reach out to the groups. There's 3 or 4 groups here now, and they're all willing to sit down and talk to turn this place into a better place than what it was before. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Now, that lady there beside me, that's Joan. You were asking who Joan was. That's Joan. Yeah.
Yeah. Some brilliant ideas. Fantastic ideas.
Great ideas. Yeah, some great ideas. And a big shout out to the lads that's out there now. I know you're partying, and give it about a half an hour. I'll send you the link and you can come in live and talk to me. By the way, if any of you have Glenn's number, I'd like to get Glenn to come on if I can. I know he's on holidays. He'd have loved to be there today. I'd like to bring Glenn in live. I couldn't find him here on Facebook. It's not letting me go back through my messages. So if anyone has Glenn's number, send it in to me. Time for the images, Paul. Yeah, we'll do it now, Jade.
Oh, we have to do the Jaden section, as we're going to call it now.
Yeah, we'll do that now in a minute. That's community. Yeah, it is, Sarah. Yeah, it
really
is. Sarah,
100%.
I'm glad to be part of it. I'm being honest with you. I know I had me ups and downs with people up there. I still have me ups and downs with people that weren't there today. I'm not going to fix them. They'll never be mended as far as I'm concerned. Well, they'll be mended when they're mended, okay, and I'll just say that. But there was guys up there that didn't talk to me for months in the whole lot, and we were all there today, hugging, kissing, not kissing, hugging and doing what men do, you know what I mean?
Kissing, yes, of course,
yeah. Big Glenn, yeah, that's who I'm looking for, Big Glenn, because he wasn't there today, and I think he should have been there today. He was on holidays, the chap. Nobody knew this was going to happen, you know what I mean? So if anyone has Glenn's number, throw it into me there on 089 203 1521, and I'll send him a text, and we'll see, can he come in? You know what I mean? I'm going to actually send it to Kevin. I'll send it to Kevin in the next few minutes. But there you go, 089 203 1521. If you send me a text on that with Glenn's number, I can WhatsApp it to him, or I can do whatever. Everyone keep sharing this out here. We're up to 800, I think we are now at the minute. Are we? Let's see what we are. We're up to we're up to 700. Sorry, that's what we're at, 700. But you can get us on Facebook. You can get us on theorderschannel.com/.
Yeah,
you can buy us a coffee. You can buy us a coffee if you want. Everyone up there is drinking champagne and wine and whatever. So, hey, listen, enjoy yourselves, guys. But, yeah, what have we got here? Send you his number. Michelle. Oh, thank you very much. Fair play to you, Michelle. Thank you. MDC, hiya both. Congrats, a big win today, Fitzy. Let's keep building the momentum. Yes, let's keep doing that. We will keep doing that.
Hi, Siobhan.
So I'll just see, is he on? I'll text him, Paul. Yeah, if you want to text him, I need to send you. Have you sent me on the WhatsApp there? If you send me in a message on the WhatsApp, I'll send you the link to send to him. Okay, but don't share the link with everyone. We don't want all the riffraff, all the mad bastards coming on from all around the country. We had Anto Boyle on last year, and I sent Anto the link, and he put it out to his Telegram group. You want to see the Yahoos that was coming in on it? I said, how are they getting the number? And Anto was at a shared it out to the 3,000 or 4,000 that he had on Telegram. But big up from Killarney. How are you, Michael?
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, we must leave the EU. Yes, so many men, so little time. Yes,
of course, Michael.
Share this out. Michael was asking earlier who the guy with the cup, who the guy drinking the beer was. He's a good looking fella, isn't he, Michael? Yeah. you could make that Coolock story into a film. It's a powerful message. Yes, it is. I have to say it is. The way everything was played out, like it played out, that was just brilliant. Like I have to say, but yeah. Right, I'm going on to do the images for playing what you call it. And then we talk about Dublin 8 or whatever. The lads are talking about Dublin 8. Someone's texting me there. But let's do Jaden's images there. Boom, boom, boom. Ferg, can you share this, Paolo? I will in a minute. No, here, look at this. You wanker, you. Oh, my God. I love this. I love this. I really do. Like, look. Orla asked me to ask for you. I forgot who the other one was. Who's that?
You know who that is?
Who's that?
It's you and Kylie Minogue.
Oh, lovely. Happy days. Kylie's very big chest.
Yes, there's a special request there for you and Kylie.
Yeah. Fair play to you. Thanks very much, Jaden. Yeah.
And she looks very happy.
Well, hey, why wouldn't she be? Jesus, why wouldn't she be happy? I look happy myself. Yeah. Well, she looks good. What's this one now? The truth is out there. Oh, Mulder and Scully. You and Anto.
No, me and David Duchovny. My huge crush when I was younger. And he actually really looks like David Duchovny in it. You know. So fair play to Jaden. He did a great job of that.
Yeah. And who we got next? Oh, yeah. Protectors of the truth. Ferg and Paul.
And the flags. You have to send that on to Ferg.
I will. I'm sure Jaden sent that on already.
Yeah.
The two of us look very grumpy there. We must be going into battle. That's us, Ferg. We're going into battle, mate.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Love it.
Jaden. That's brilliant. Well done, Jaden. Thank you very much. It's
sad to see people. Did I send you the other one? There's another one of you and Ferg.
No.
Did he send you the other one?
Oh, he did, yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love this one as well. Ferg, this is great. I tell you, this is deadly. I love this one. Yeah. The column show. Get in there. Do you like the way I'm driving, Ferg? You must be a better shot than me, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the flag in the background.
Exactly.
Brilliant, Jaden.
Exactly. Well done, Jaden. Fair play to you, mate.
Fantastic,
you're doing great work,
brilliant.
but fair play to you. I have to say, we need a few dolls as well, so keep the dolls going. What's this? I've no problem with people who have a problem with my being gay and having teddy bears. Listen, you want to be gay, you walk away. Kylie worship. I love Kylie. I do. I love Kylie Minogue. She would be me. Yeah, from the photo of the young lad on the horse, the drone footage, and the councillor Quinlan being pushed by Riot Squad. Yeah, it's just been brilliant. You're gay. Congratulations. Is there going to be a comic put together for you and Orla? I don't know. Froggy was actually talking about doing a whole cartoon of us, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah.
He is Michael, sorry, but he's mine. David Duchovny is mine.
Paul is like a child at Christmas. Oh yeah, I love all these things. You know what I mean? It's great. Hopefully, gay darling. Yeah. Anthony Casey. What's this? Anthony Casey. The truth is like Fitzy. Let him loose and he'll tell a lie. Ha! Good man, filmy crack. We all know where you're going tonight, Phil, don't we? I didn't see who that was, but I in saying that, spoke to a few people tonight who asked me about Anthony and said, Paul, what are you doing? And I explained everything that happened and the lies that was told, and it really opened those people's eyes to what was going on. So, yeah, I was glad I was there today. I was glad I spoke to them people today about myself, Anthony, and Martin, and the whole lot, and it opened a lot of their eyes.
It really is like the X-Files, Paul. The truth is out there.
The truth is out there. You just have to get it out there. You know, Phil McCrack, you're gone, by the way, mate. You're full of shit, okay? And you did say that you wouldn't get involved in shit as well. So I'd stop now if I was you dickhead. Okay? Michael John is a good gay. He is a good gay. He's a good guy too.
Michael John is great.
Band again, you should be so lucky.
Yeah.
No, did he?
Oh my God, yes.
I think Paul would be heading to the bingo in the George at the kissing all them men today in Coolock. Listen, it was just good crack.
Oh God, where's Glenn Moore when you need him?
Phil must have pressed the wrong button. Try again. Exactly. He's a man. Speaking of cartoons, Paul's hairdo reminds me of Tintin. Deadly, yeah. I have a mate
that is saying the night you were like Johnny Bravo.
No, yeah, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, Johnny Bravo on the night like this. Yeah. I'm just going, what's happened to Anthony and Martin? They're busy enough. I don't know. I'll
I don't know if
send
they're
it.
coming on later on.
I don't know. I didn't text them. The guys can come on anytime. The guys are admins in the studio, like, so they just come on when they can. You know what I mean? Or when they're probably on calls. There's a lot of shite going on in the background, guys. That we're doing an awful lot of work. Like, we've put an awful lot of work into Ireland Force over the last few weeks. We have different committees we've health, we've education, we've culture, we've law. You know, we've judicial. We have really. Like, Ireland Force has really taken off in the last few weeks, I have to say. You know what I mean? Anything goes, apparently. Yeah. No, do you think government will last the next 4 years? No, I don't think the government will last the next 4 years.
We should put up, I sent you on the screenshot in relation to Patrick McGreal. We should show that.
Catherine Kavanagh, well done, everyone. Great result today. Well done, Catherine. Did you stay long after? It was good crack, wasn't it? It was brilliant. Yeah, I missed the George. Via Fossa in Canal Street is just not the same. Yeah, I was never in the George in my life. No, and I nearly did one night, and they wouldn't let me in. I wasn't gay enough, apparently. Self-defense. What's this? Paul and Orla are like the last of the Mohicans and Pocahontas Ireland version. Self-defense.
Yes, there's one now. Pocahontas, yes.
More people are asked around the country. The videos out Dublin 8 tonight are great as well, Paul. Okay, I'm going to just see, can I get these here? These videos of Dublin 8. You fill in there, Orla, for a minute there so they can see, can I get these? Did somebody send them on to me?
First of all, what are the videos of Dublin 8? What's that about?
I don't know. There's a Dublin 8 protest going on. I have that video downloaded for you. Yeah, I'll play that in a few minutes. I actually pulled that down already earlier.
What area is Dublin 8?
Dublin 8, is it over Ranelagh way or? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see anything. I don't think I've seen anything about
it. I'm seeing stickers. Yeah, Crown Paint Factory no longer. I have that. Update regarding Crown Paint. We've done that. Update earlier footage of a skirmish. What's this? Oh, yeah. This shit. This is what happened in town today. Okay. This happened today in Mountjoy Square Park. Okay, so I'm going to play this. Oh my God. Like, that's in broad daylight in the middle of Mountjoy Square, you know, at the top of Gardiner Street. All
that was a man was assaulted, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'd say that's what the police were there for today. Yeah, for that.
And there were several guards around.
Right. It's a disgrace. There was what you call it? There was armed guards and everything brought in. The armed response unit. I seen that there today. I think Val done a video on it. Let me just see. Can I find Val's video? Valerie Murphy does great work with Gavin, I have to say.
I shared a video now yesterday of it, last night of it. So I'm wondering, did I get it from? I can't remember where I got the video. It was on X anyway. But again, like you can see, it's all foreigners.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to present this here. This is Dublin 8. I just want to put a couple of things. This is from someone. District 8 does not condone drug taking. However, if you have taken something and start to feel unwell, there's a member of staff immediately. There is a medic on site who is there to help, not judge. If you feel unwell, tell someone as soon as you can. Alert a member of the bar staff. Where is this? This is PMA as a drug known. This is some sort of thing that he put out over this new PMA, the drug. It's sold as ecstasy. Okay, I didn't want to go with that, but listen, if this must be this drug that's going out there now, and they're telling people if you feel unwell that you need to contact somebody after somebody here. No drugs are safe, but if you do take drugs, please wait for them to take effect before taking more. That's a good one, all right. Fair play. But I'm just going to play this Dublin 8 one here. It's just a couple of seconds long, so I'm going to play it here. Boom, boom, boom. My sound on this, just stop for a minute. I didn't think I put the sound on. That's why I want that. You do it again. I didn't click that clicky button.
Well, folks, 6:45 in the morning here in Basin Lane, and the Irish and the residents are here to stop the workers from going in. We want our country back. Hell no, we won't go. The Irish flag, DA says no. 6:45 in the morning, folks. When we have it, DA says no. I'm turning this into an iPass centre. This is already one. This building here. The residents are here. 6:45 in the morning. Stop the workers going in. It's not being allowed to go ahead. It's as simple as that. The residents are not having it. This is Dublin. What a day. What a city.
Well done. Now, I got word earlier on to say that was stopped. That Basin Street was stopped. We got that while we were in Coolock this evening. Somebody says to us that has been stopped as well.
Okay, good,
so,
good.
People power is working here, people. People power is working. You know what I mean? If
but
anyone has any update
on it, we need more
people
out from the local communities. It can't be just nationalists. You know, the more community people are out, the better.
This is what's happening, Orla. RTE are having a field day, giving her all that. Say, oh, these aren't even people from the area. I heard John Malloy being interviewed yesterday in Donegal yesterday, and he was saying, but your lads came down from Dublin and he came from here. And he said, people are coming down to help. He said, what do you want them to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what he said was that people are afraid to come out, especially people from the area, because your man that owns these iPass centres also owns hundreds of apartments around Donegal. And if these people come out and talk about it, he'll just take the apartments off them and they'll have nowhere to live. This is why these people are afraid to come out. You know, so that's going on all over the country. All over the country. It's the same in Kerry, because of course your man, the cartel, what you call them, the Healy Ray cartel, have Kerry sewn up. And people are afraid to come out and talk. You know what I mean? That's it. Drew Harris's gang, the Garda. Most nationals are utter disappointments in more ways than one. Are they really? Who? Tell us who. I'm going to just play Ferg's video here, because this is a video that he sent this in to me, because I'll just do this. Play it because I didn't get a chance to I have it pulled down, but I just didn't boom, boom, boom. Where are we? It's Ridge House, I think it is, in Ballybrack. I think that's it, isn't it, Ferg? I think that's it. So I'm going to play that and then we can come back and talk. But we better move on to other stuff as well. This iPass stuff, I suppose everything is iPass now, isn't it? You know what I mean? Everything is iPass now. I'm going to sneak out with smoke. So, yeah, I'm going to bring both of us down.
Sorry, can you confirm that this definitely isn't going to be an iPass centre? Is this going to be an iPass centre?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Definitely going to be an iPass.
Bus, yeah.
But the boss, who's the boss?
A bus.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, is this going to be an iPass centre?
No.
No, well, what is it going to be then?
For apartments.
For apartments, definitely going to be apartments, because that other lad just said it's for an iPass centre.
Who said?
This chap here.
You don't have to speak English properly.
Okay, so who's the boss? Where can I check this, that it's going to be apartments?
It's nothing happening.
Because at the end of the day, there's kids that live here, and it's not good enough because they were doing sneakily before, and it won't be happening again. So can you assure me that this is not an iPass centre? 100%, can you assure me?
Yes, and
You can.
look,
So who's the boss? Who can I check with?
This now. You're going to have a meeting. I think next week at some stage.
With who?
To definitely get the planning permission and everything.
So you haven't got planning permission?
For the apartments.
Apartments.
It's nothing to do with any centres or anything. That house is not being pushed.
Well, that chap just said it was an iPass centre. No, that's not. That's your. You see there, yeah, it's contradictory.
Okay, that's fine.
So 100%, you're telling me that's going to be apartments.
4 apartments. Yeah.
And I don't know why I don't believe it, but however.
Well, look, you can't believe me or not.
So who can I check? Who can I go to right now?
I don't know who.
So who's your boss then?
Who's can you check?
Who's your boss?
Well, look.
Who is your boss? I'm asking you.
Yeah, I'm in charge. Yeah.
You're the sorry, and what's your name?
Andy.
Andy.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because at the end of the day, there's families here with children. I'm sure you've seen what's going on all over the world and the country, and it's not good enough. I can assure you, you won't be left alone if you're lying to me. I promise you, one phone call and there'll be a gang of people up here. So make up your mind. Are you telling me the truth or not telling me?
Look.
No, not just be honest.
Don't threaten me.
I'm not threatening you. I'm just saying it won't be happening.
I'm just doing work here. I'm not.
No, it's. Are you doing apartments or are you doing an iPass centre?
I told you already for the 5th time.
Apartments
be
for who?
4 apartments for the families to buy.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Where can I check this? What with the county council? Who can I check with this?
With the council, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, and you won't give your name, the building's name of who you are.
We're just clearing the site, okay?
Yeah.
As you see.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So why did that chap say it was going to be an iPass centre?
Who said anything?
I just asked him and he just said yeah.
So how was it?
I have it on camera.
How was his English?
It's on camera.
Fine.
His English is perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm just saying that you're being kept an eye on, and this won't be the end of it if you're lying. The truth always comes out in the end. The truth always comes out. You get caught out every single time.
Yeah. So that's the place out. That's out in Ballybrack. I just want to send this on to Kevin here because I actually want to bring them in live if they're still up at the camp. So yeah. Cool. Yeah, but that's. I just got a word there as well that Crooksling is. Crooksling has not been cancelled. By the way, people were saying that Crooksling was cancelled. So
yeah, there was an article in Grip over it.
Was there? I didn't see it, to be honest with you. I didn't see it.
Yeah, there was an article in Grip. I just didn't get a chance to put it up today, but yeah.
Yeah, just bear with me there. I'll just show this here. I didn't see this now, and somebody just sent it in to me there. Fact check. This is from Nick Delahanty. Fact check. Crooksling iPass is not shutting down. Yes, a statutory instrument around modular units on the site was ruled invalid in court this week. However, there are still large buildings on the site which will still be in operation. The government will likely just reissue a new valid statutory instrument for temporary structures in coming months. Igo Cafe no longer operate the site. Trailhead have been appointed. If anything, Crooksling will be bigger than ever, and it's set to be a key site for the government's new asylum pact system. Okay, I didn't know that.
When was that put up?
That was only put up today. It was only put up a while ago there.
Can you go down to the bottom of it?
As far as I know. There's nothing down the bottom of it. That's it. Somebody just screenshotted it and sent it in to me.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, no, because Grip had an article, was it yesterday? So there must have been some sort of a change then in it.
Yeah, there must have been. I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it now. You know what I mean? I heard it was closing down. Somebody put a thing on to me saying
that's what they were saying, but maybe there was a change. Maybe there was a change today, you know?
That's right, or I couldn't believe what Paul was saying about the other night about the lack of local people at the nut gathering. I'm being honest with you. I was disgusted.
We were there.
I was disgusted. I'm being honest with you. We were there. You know what I mean? And it's a handful of people. Guy carrying a cross, guys doing the rosary. There was only a handful of people there. And the people were asking us, what are you protesting? As we were walking by their houses, like, are you for real? I said, like, do you not know what's going in here? No, what is it? And then one guy put me out of his garden. Do you remember him? He ran me out of the garden. Get out of my garden.
Oh, yes. You were doing a video.
I was doing a thing in the background. These people, now, when saying that, your man had 2 electric cars in the garden, so I'd say he was one of them Rodrigo Gorman bleeding heads. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's that? There's too many mullet heads and rainbow brainwashed in the town of Kerry. Yeah, it's. And I got to be honest with you, Cork is worse. Like this protest in Cork, fair play on the 7th. We need to push that as well because we need to get as many people out to that because Cork is lefty central. Like there's lefties everywhere. It's full of these trans yokes, whatever they bleeding are. You know what I mean? So yeah, everyone needs to get out to Cork on the 7th. Seen the same under a bridge in nearest town, flame chat. 5th columnists are the jobs. Irish refuse. Yeah, Mousy. Yeah. Anna Marie Purcell. Paul, please give a shout out for the peaceful gathering tomorrow, Saturday at ABB House in Tallaght at 2 p.m. Tom said he'd come on and talk about that as well. We'll send it on to Tom there now in the next few minutes. I'll get Tom on for a few minutes. But yeah, ABB House tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you can all make it out there, please do. The people out there need your support. We've seen what's happened in Coolock. We've seen what's happened in Basin Street. Let's see, can we do this for the ABB building as well? People in Tallaght, you need to get out. You need to help these people. You can't have the same people coming in and bussing in people every other. You know what I mean? You just need to do it yourself. You just need to come out. If the people in Tallaght come out, this will stop. I'm telling you now, this will stop. Apartments for the new arrivals more likely. Yes, exactly. He'll be in trouble now because he told the truth. Who's that? Me? Mad Paddy. He's
no,
lying.
I'd say you're talking about your man on the building site.
Oh, yeah. He's talking shite. Yeah, they are. They're all talking shite. Foreigners too, yeah, because you can't get the Irish lads to go in and do it. I wouldn't be surprised if the new build shop in the Aldi, the other one, might be a fucking large iPass or new building for migrants. I don't trust any of them. I'm the same. I don't trust any of them either. Eastern European or council planning tell what's planned. But they don't tell you what's planned.
No.
Not even Irish workers. Apartments for iPass. Yes. Quadrant. She's a legend. Eliza, iPass centres, asylum men. Yeah. Sickening. Our own are selling us out. Polish sounds like. Well, listen, probably cheap Polish labour. Yvonne Patrick. Yvonne, how are you, Yvonne? I know you were in work. I know you were listen, you missed a good day. But hey, we celebrate it for you, Yvonne. Fair play to you. Health and safety requirements has to be logged. Yeah. Piggy O'Muckle, it'll be more than 3 years since a new visual pic was shown. No scruples. Those lads are shite in the bucket. Yeah. The Travellers talk like that. Oh, you're a shite in the bucket. You're a shite in the bucket. You ever hear the Travellers? They're brilliant at it. Chit-chatting. Crooksling is another one. Crooksling, then another one in Blessington. Yeah, they're trying to put them everywhere. But what I'm saying to you is you need to get out. You need to get out in your own area. Don't be afraid of being called far right. Don't be afraid of being called an ist or an ism. Get out there and talk to people. You need to be talking to each other. You know what I mean? And these protests now, who was ever at the last protest, bring someone else with you. That'll double it. You know what I mean? Bring someone with you. Bring some of your family members with you. Pada Doyle, how are you, gang? How are you doing, Pada? How's things, brother?
Hey, Pada, how are you?
Yeah, shadow play. I really, no Molotov gangs torch anything. I do as well, because I'm going to be honest with you. I hope nothing gets burnt, because we are winning this battle without doing shit like that. If you remember rightly, there was something like 12 of them went on fire 2 years ago, and they blamed the far right on it. Wow, the far right. Very convenient. You know what I mean? One guy from America bought a bleeding hotel down in Wexford, I think it was, or Ross Point, or whatever it was. Listen, a hotel like that probably would have cost about 100 grand to get rewired, or maybe 200 grand to get rewired. There was so many bedrooms. We heard that wasn't rewired, that it was all, that they were just being put in, that he got the contract and it went on fire. How do we know it wasn't bad wording? You know what I mean? But how do we know it wasn't an insurance job? It could have been an insurance job. It was insured for €1 million. He only paid so many 100,000 for it, and it was insured for €1 million. Come on, you don't have to be a fucking genius to 4 hours ago, Orla. That happened 4 hours ago, was it? Is that what he said? Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, then there must have been a change in it then.
Yeah. I noticed that Mousy coming down from the north. Who's Mousy coming down from the north? I don't know. Quadrix, I think that would be a terrible shame too. Yeah, if global warming happened. Fair play. True, a lot of people will not stand up to nothing. Yeah, listen, we can't be calling out whatever. Mousy, they call them temp, say only 20 people, then build apartments on that land and move more than 60 families into the places. So 20 people and 60 families, lies from politicians. It's all lies from politicians, guys. It's all lies. Christianity sects got anti-socialist, anti-Irishism, anti-whiteism in them. They all have different cults. Okay. Cork is woke like San Francisco. It is.
So is Galway.
Cork north side is awake. That's good, Brian. When we need to get the north side to talk to the south side and get them out on the 7th. That's a new nationalist rebellion. Yeah, we need to rebel. We have to. Court case is Monday 26th, not Friday the 23rd. Okay, Joan, thank you very much. So the court case was changed. We were the Coolock injunction was due up on the 17th and the 18th of July. And because of what happened today, it was moved up. We were told it was Friday the 23rd, but now Joan is telling us that it's Monday the 26th of May. So anyone who can come down to the court to show us a bit of support, come down and let these people know that we are not on our own. They already know we're not on our own. You know what I mean? We had a great turnout the last day in the court. It was probably about 15 or 20 of us. But get the court packed, get the outside of the court packed, bring them in there. It's a celebration now. You know what I mean? So let's do that. Thanks for that, Joan. Fair play to you. I've texted Kevin that number there and he hasn't come in. I don't know why he hasn't come in. Just let me text, or let me just check this now.
Did he see it? Maybe he hasn't seen it yet.
Send us on and get a chance. But he wants me to send on the videos. Okay, I will. But if you're watching, Kev, I've sent you the link to come in live if you want to. If you want to come on just to talk about it for a few minutes. I've sent it to Glenn as well. So if Glenn can come in, listen, he's on holidays. He probably doesn't want to. You know what I mean? But hey, listen. Patriots of Era. I don't read any of them stuff because that's private. Just hold on. What's this now? Oh, no way. Fucking hell. Just being told Crown is on fire.
Crown Pain?
Just got a message. Yeah, just got a message there that Crown is on fire. That there's a fire going on and Coolock stands stronger. She's up. Oh, God almighty.
Do they know what happened?
Just listen. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't want to comment on it either because it's
no, you don't know.
After such a great day, you know what I mean?
No, I know.
Oh, such a great day. But if Kevin is there, come on, let me know what's going on, will you? Text me back and let me know. But I've just got a message here.
Get in.
You can't get
Sarah's
in.
after messaging saying you can't get in.
Okay, I'm not seeing that there. Okay. Trish Clark, Katrina, Band, and there's loads of blading. Kev Coyle. Keep getting an error on the link when I click it.
When does he click in the right
error? What's the error you're getting me? I'll send it to you again. I'm just seeking you. You just need to click on it and add your phone. Just add your camera and your mic and you should get in. Yeah. Oh. He's just read it there now. Let me see. Can I send on the other one there? I'll send them on another one. I'm going to copy the link. Orla. Paul Fitzsimons. I'll send it from here. Just to see. Let me just send it forward.
Oh, Kev said it's the wood behind the building.
Oh, the wood behind the building's on fire. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Grand. Okay, that's good. Thanks very much for that, Kev. I was thinking, Jesus, no, I hope it's not on fire after the great result we got today.
I know. It'd be such a shame if anything like that happened.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the building. Thanks for that, Kevin. Fair play to you, mate. Thank you very much for that. Probably the Garda. Casper White is saying. I don't know who it was. Stop sunbathing, Paul, man. Paddy.
I know. Look at the cover. It's blended into the background.
I'm not sunbathing. I'm being honest with you. I'm not, like, you know what I mean? I'm out the back with my nephew was here. I'd be out playing with him in the afternoon. You know what I mean? He's out playing basketballs and everything, like, you know what I mean? Cute with it in the green colour, the Irish flag. No Patriots would do that. No, you're right. They wouldn't. Someone's had to go in there and doing that while they were all outside. But so listen, is this what they want to do? You know what I mean? Is this what they want to? RTE will be up there now. Watch it be all over RTE. Oh, places on fire and this, that, and the other and bullshit like that. You know what I mean? But I've sent that on again there. Haven't tried that link. It's the same link, but I click it, it's just saying error and a blank white screen. Okay. Now, if you're on a video already, it won't come on for you. If you're doing a video, if you're doing a live or anything like that, you need to be, you know, it should just let you click in. Paul, give me the number of your sunbed shop. I'm white like a bottle of pint of milk. An inside job, Michael O'Sullivan. Yeah, it is now, I have to say. Foul play. Okay, geez, we're flying it there, lads. We're up to 900 there now. Fair play.
There was a video sent on in relation to the Avon down in Blessington.
They sent it on to me, did they?
It came up in the comments.
Tricolour restored. Hold on, I didn't see it there. Let me see. Paul, give me a number of sunbeds. And leave the live. Leave the live at Kevin Coyle Creeving. Come on. Yeah, leave the live at Kevin Coyle Creeving to join. Yeah. No, I'm not leaving the live. If I leave the live, sure, it's gone. Or let me left on our own. Okay, hold on. Protest down at Crooksling. Protest down at Crooksling, Blessing this evening. Okay, I have this one here. Is this the one you're talking about? Okay, yeah, I'm going to play this now. West Wicklow. Okay, yeah. It's only a minute and odd long, so I'll just play it and we'll see. Okay, yeah, you did send it in. Fair play to you. Thanks very much to everyone who's sending in everything. But I can't play everything. But listen, we'll get through whatever we can. Okay.
West Wicklow says no.
Now that's a good crowd, isn't it?
It is.
People are waking up to this. I'm telling you now. Need to get flags down to them people. So Andy, if you're listening. Well done to them people. Well done. Well done to them people. I just want to give a big shout out here before I forget. Andy Quirk, Damo Noiva, you're a legend, mate, for getting out all these flags. And anyone that needs flags, let us know what you need, and we will pass it on to Andy. This guy is doing this. He's doing it years now at this moment in time. You see, you see an Irish flag at a protest now, you can be guaranteed that Andy has given that to you. You know, like Joan was there before the last protest, and there was hundreds of them given out. You know what I mean? Now I know everyone has their own, but everyone brings them home with them now and brings them everywhere with them. We all have a tricolour now. I probably 2 or 3 there, but everyone, well done, Wicklow. Fair play. Well done, Wicklow. Great turnout.
No, I actually know that place. I know that place down in the Avon. And there are several houses there, like really, really nice houses. I think they would have been used as holiday homes. And they're full of Ukrainians. And now I think they're going to be transferred over to IPAS. But they're lovely, like really lovely houses. And you think there's 15,000 homeless.
Yeah.
And it's right beside the lake.
Yeah, flags create great optics. Yes, they do.
They do,
and,
yeah.
And you've seen the last protest we had there on the 26th in Dublin. The sea of green, white and orange, you know. And then you had about 200 lefties with their little rainbow flags and their bleeding, their communist flags, and they shouldn't be allowed. That shit shouldn't be allowed, like, you know what I mean? And then you had Sinn Féin TDs there, you had people before Profit, you had Social Democrats, you had that animal bleeding, what's her name, that horrible looking thing that turned milk sour, that wouldn't speak to grip, Coppinger. I wonder how much she charges to haunt the house, that one. Jesus,
I know. Oh, she's horrendous.
And I tell you, I think I have a video there from Stephen Kerr as well. I think you would have said
I think I sent it on to you, didn't I? I think I sent it on to you.
You did indeed, yeah. You did send it to me, but I think I had
there's something there, something from Suzanne Delaney as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to play this one. This is Stephen. Watch it now and again as well. Okay, just let me finish the presentation. Sorry, it's a holiday village order. They threw out the Irish who are renting there to house Ukrainians. Yeah.
And they're lovely houses. And there's loads of them.
Yeah.
I've been there on a few occasions with the animal rescue. That's how I know it.
Yeah. Leva Soprano, Paul, she is. Yeah, okay. Coppinger is a... good old Patter, not one to mince his words.
No, definitely not. You tell it how it is,
Patter. I called her to see you next Tuesday last week. You know what I mean? I'm sure she probably won't give me an interview now either if I ask her for an interview. But as I said, in that thing, Coolock, give none of RTE interviews. Don't let RTE do anything. All I pass. Paul Chucker mentioned in for the lads in Ballymun protesting the iPass in Poppentry. Lads, if you want to send me in any videos or send me in anything there, you can send them in on 089 203 1521. I'll gladly play them here for you. We've another half an hour left to go, and I will gladly play them for you. Ukrainians are not legit, must go. They must go. Exactly. I wouldn't take much research for this useless government. We are paying for them to go back to Ukraine on holidays. It's a joke, yeah? It is a joke.
Yeah, I know.
Look, you can book going. You can go to Ukraine. Like, you can go away now. You can go away to Kiev for, I think it's 39 quid a night. You know what I mean?
There's a war.
To the war-torn Kiev. You know what I mean?
I know. It's ridiculous.
Thanks for taking Rosie O'Donnell from us. Yeah, we don't want Rosie. You can have her bleeding back, Eliza. Welcome.
Exactly.
Welcome, Eliza. Fair play. Share this to all your friends in America as well. Yeah. Paula Doyle, you're a legend. Yeah, you are. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so will you get up the Stephen Delaney video? Or Stephen Kerr.
Stephen Delaney. Suzanne Delaney.
Suzanne Delaney said I sent on a screenshot with her.
Well, it's Suzanne's man. So yeah. Look at that. That'd frighten kids. That'd bleeding curdled milk, wouldn't it? Look at it.
I know. Oh, she's a horrible individual.
Oh, and she's a horrible person. A horrible person. I'm telling you. I told you, she started off the protest last year. She had a thing in Ashtown last year, or the year before. And the first thing she said was, these far right, you have to remember, these were all COVID deniers. That was the first thing she said. Anti-vaxxers and COVID deniers. To get the crowd on.
Oh, she could be jabbed up the eyeballs.
Yeah. Putin like the Irish. No shit. Take no shit. Yeah. Right, I'm going to play this here now. Okay, I'm going to come back down and talk about it.
If I talk to you, why wouldn't you talk to me? Did you witness that assault? No, I didn't. Yesterday, People Before Profit TD Ruth Coppinger said that she was the victim of relentless trolling following her arrogant refusal to answer a question by Grip journalist Ben Scallon, despite the fact that she is a very well-paid public representative.
I've been subject to relentless trolling as a result of declining to answer a question here last week.
Coppinger took issue with what she calls misogyny towards her.
The level of misogyny and abuse that I got.
Despite the fact that many women were also criticising her, including female journalist Louise Byrne.
There's press freedom in this country, and he's a member of the press. He's a member of the press council. They're asking you a question. That's not very fair.
Really?
Coppinger rejected accusations of hypocrisy from Byrne after it was pointed out that Coppinger, in a late-night wine-o'clock tweet, had referred to both Byrne and another journalist as very pathetic.
He said, thanks to two very pathetic journalists giving him footage, Ben has stuck with the fire eyes. That was 1:23 a.m. on the 10th of May, which is Saturday. I'm asking you, do you not see the hypocrisy in that? Because myself or Jack never mentioned you.
Now, some of you will remember a video I put out in 2022 when Ruth Coppinger witnessed an assault that took place on myself at one of her public meetings and then denied it and called me names. But did you see that? Did you witness that assault?
No, I didn't. Why would I talk to you?
Why wouldn't you talk to me? The person who assaulted me at that meeting was a friend of Coppinger and a party member, and on the night in question seemed to be acting as security. The assault was entirely unprovoked and unwarranted, and everybody in the room saw what happened, as the man in question was absolutely out of control and enraged. Ruth initially denied seeing the very obvious assault, but then within a couple of days, her and her party put out a statement. An actual physical confrontation occurred at the end where a party member responded in a completely inappropriate way. The Socialist Party and Ruth Coppinger deeply regret that such an incident occurred at a meeting we organised. We want to be absolutely clear that we are opposed to any inappropriate physical interaction with any person. This is not and has never been an approach that we support. I wonder. It seems that she has double standards when it comes to speaking about receiving abuse. And it appears that when she speaks to people who have views that don't align with her ideologies, she does so with utter contempt. Coppinger talks about violence against women, but generally she only points out cases where Irish men are the perpetrators. She tried to deny witnessing an assault that took place on her watch at her meeting, and then went on to verbally abuse me, the victim of the assault. That's Ruth Coppinger. What's more, there's evidence that Ruth Coppinger is not only hypocritical and contemptuous, but also evidence of her attitude being one of a misandrist against Irish men, but not migrant men. When Joseph Polanyi beheaded and castrated 2 gay men in Sligo, Ruth asserted that it was Irish society to blame for making Polanyi homophobic, even though Ireland was the first country in the world to vote for gay marriage. She never spoke once about his jihadist modus operandi or the attitude of his religion towards gay people. When Aisling Murphy died, she blamed Irish society and men again and went on to talk about toxic masculinity. But when it transpired that the perpetrator was a Slovakian Roma who had been previously convicted of a sexual crime in his home country, she didn't bother speaking about any of that, and she didn't raise any questions or concerns about our immigration situation and the lack of background checks being carried out. Who in Dublin West thought it was a good idea to vote this toe rag back into the Dáil? How did she get in? Was it on the back of her friend and mentor Joe Higgins, who was well liked in the area maybe? Or maybe it's to do with the extra 500,000 people on the voting register who received 2 polling cards. Maybe that helped. I don't know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. It's true. How did she get in? Honestly, how did she get in?
She is such a horrible individual. She really is. And the way she speaks to people as a public representative is an absolute and utter disgrace.
Yeah,
like, who does she think she is? She forgets who she works for. She works for the people, not the other way around.
She forgets, exactly. But she thinks that it's her God-given right to be in there for the people, you know?
But she's not for the people, she's for the farmers.
So she went on leave. I'll look into that. Someone who went on leave, I don't know. Nothing is cancelled. Yeah, no, I think what Sarah is talking about there, that she still has a permanent teacher's position, somebody said there a few minutes ago. And she's stopping a teacher, a full-time teacher being employed, you know?
Mm-hmm. Imagine her as a teacher. Oh, my God.
I just have...
You just have what?
I have my daughter on the phone now saying goodnight to me. So, Joseph Puska was not Slovakian. His ethnicity is from India to be Roma unless he's a mixed person. Yeah. No taxation without representation. That girl belongs in a ghost train, not in the bleeding Dáil. Yeah. Okay, so...
do you want to put up Suzanne's thing then?
Hang on,
she's very good as well. She's another lady I've never met. Yeah, I've never met her.
Lovely. Suzanne is lovely. Is this the Roy Butler thing?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you read this one out, Orla, for a minute there. You read this out.
I won't be able to see it clearly because I'm on the phone.
Oh, you can't see it because you're on the phone. Shit. Okay, sorry. No problem. Okay, I'll read it out there now. This is massive. Roy Butler's mother has publicly pledged her support for Dr. Marcus de Bruyne in his battle with the Irish Medical Council. 23-year-old footballer Roy horrifically died 5 days post-jab, and the family never saw any justice. It was covered up instead. The IMC recently told brave Dr. De Bruin that if he keeps quiet about nursing home deaths and jab damage deaths, they will let him keep his license. He has no intention of taking them on their bribe. They still haven't learned that. There are a handful of doctors in this country that cannot be silenced through force or bribes. The jab that Roy was given was not meant to be given to younger people, particularly young men, but Micheál Martin TD insisted that this be ignored. Janssen was pulled off the market shortly before Roy's death, but was given to him anyway, so stocks wouldn't go to waste. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is...
Yeah. And he only got it so that he could go on holidays. Like a perfectly fit and healthy young man.
Healthy child.
It's an absolute and utter disgrace. And now it's all been denied. Oh, they don't know what happened to him. Well, if we can figure it out, how can they not figure it out? And you see the way now they're bribing Marcus De Bruin to keep his mouth closed.
Yeah.
Absolute and utter disgrace.
It's disgraceful. Somebody just sent me in something. Tom McDonald, hang on, there's something for Tom here. I think I'll bring Tom on there now. Oh, this is from today. This is something that happened today in...
Serious.
Bear with me there. I'm going to play this. This happened today in Newbridge or somewhere like that. Did you see this today?
No.
No, okay. Well, hang on. I just need to drop this down because I have to present it with sound. Yeah.
We're here in Woodlands in Kyledove, County Kildare. Yeah, it's been a serious assault on a local woman here by a Foreign National. It's Woodlands Park in Kyledove, County Kildare. Yeah, it's been a serious assault. It was where she got hit by a man, foreign man, and her jaw was nearly broken, thumped into the head several times, left in an awful way. If I showed photographs of her, it would shock you. And there's an ongoing case. I'm not sure if I can or cannot show them. So at this minute in time, I'm not going to be showing them in case the girls try to make out that it's prejudice to the case. But you don't see KFM, you won't see the nationalists out here, you won't hear any of them. Yeah. But the people of Ireland, this is the new norm. See what happened up in Drogheda? Girl went missing for 3 weeks. She found, I think, in Mullaghmore. Mullaghmore is in County Armagh, so probably about 30-40 miles away. And she was held, as far as I know, held captive, beaten up, sexually assaulted, and she ran into a pub for rescue. Yeah, and Foreign Nationals done that now. So this is the new Ireland. This is new Ireland. You're going to have to take action, people. You're going to have to get onto the streets. You're going to have to ask these people to please close our borders, please, and get these people out of our country. They're doing this. Yeah.
That's disgraceful. He's going to send Tom a message here. Yeah. Group info. Tom. Yeah. I just got a message Tom now with it. Come in. But yeah, he wanted to talk about the ABB building as well. So we've only another 20 minutes left. So we may as well let him come in.
Will you put up that screenshot there I sent on in relation to Patrick McGreal as well? Like that's fantastic work from him as well.
That was on WhatsApp you sent that, wasn't it?
Yeah, yesterday.
Patrick McGreal. Fergus Power. What's Fergus got to send me on there now? True son of Eire. I met Stig Sutton in person. Support the fellow. This must be from the courts. We'll play that now in a minute. Orla, you sent me on Patrick McGreal. Okay. We'll share this now. Yes. With me. Okay, this was from Frank Conway sent this. From Patrick McGreal. Update in Westmeath election case. Yeah. Record number 129-2024 under Order 58 of the Circuit Court Rules Committee and the Minister for Justice have held that the defendants in the election civil bill, namely the returning officer for the Westmeath local election, the Westmeath local election. Hang on, I make that bigger. Westmeath County Council, the Minister for Housing, Local Government and Heritage, and the Minister for the Environment, Heritage and Local Government, and the Attorney General have admitted that asylum seekers and refugees lack the legal right to vote in local elections. On Garda Síochána, pulse number 253-55574 is actively investigating related offences under the Electoral Reform Act 2022 and Local Elections Regulations 1995. The next step is to seek a High Court declaration to confirm this admission, which will invalidate the 2024 local election and necessitate a re-election. Wow. Now, what I will say on that is, okay, I was in Ongar. I ran in Ongar for the local elections, and I was in and out all day. I was doing updates all day, and every time I went in, there was loads of people at this one table on the left. You know what I mean? I didn't know who they were. They were Chinese, they were African, they were Pakistanis, and the queue was, there was probably 30 people at a time at this thing, right? And they were getting bussed in. They were coming in on coaches and cars and buses, right? And at the end of the night, then I asked your man, like, I went in at 10 o'clock and I said, how did it go? He says, it was a good enough turnout. He said, I think, it was a good enough turnout. He said, but that table there was the busiest a lot. I said, no, I asked him, I said, what was that table? Oh, he said, that was for people who hadn't got polling cards. They just had to come in and show their ID. I said, what do you mean their ID? Or their PPS number and their little green card. I said, how can they vote with that? Oh, yeah, there was a law passed that they could use that. Now we're seeing from what Patrick McGreal is saying that wasn't. Yeah, that's so. So them elections are null and void now. Are they all going to be null and void?
Well, he's saying that the next step is to seek a High Court declaration. So let's see what happens. But I mean, they had no right to vote in those elections. And like, I know down here in Carlow, there was a People Before Profit one, and I can nearly guarantee that she got in solely on the foreign vote. That's how she got in, because I saw what went on. There was 2 Africans that were running as independents, and when they got voted out, their transfers went to each other and to the People Before Profit, and that's how she got in. So I'd say there's a lot of people out there, maybe, you know, if the foreign vote was taken away, they wouldn't have got in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, you can't go over to other countries and vote. Now, I don't know what the rule is. Maybe if you're there for years and years and years and you get, citizenship or something like that. But like, literally, they were getting off the boat and they could come in and vote in the locals. It was absolutely ridiculous. You know? And we don't even know how much of effect they had. And they would have been also voting for Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael as well, and Sinn Féin.
Yeah. Comments there. The comments just stopped there, by the way. Why did the comments? Well deserved Coolock barbecue and a few beers. Well done, everyone. Yeah. It needs to be done nationwide. The father and son, Papa Dom's in Tala. Yeah, we drove, I remember this, right? And I remember driving over to the locals, and I had the kids over in that Scientology place. My daughter had a dancing thing, you know, and it was in that. We ever in that Scientology place over there? Oh, it's like walking into heaven. I swear to God, it's just crazy, right? It's beautiful, right? But went downstairs to go to the toilet, and there's doors everywhere, you know, and there's blokes in robes and walking around. I thought, wow, this is not for me. Like, I wouldn't leave the kids out on me sight, you know what I mean? But so we were driving back over, and my young man says to me, Dad, what's his name? Papa Doppadom? I said, yeah, Papa Doppadom. It was baby Papa Doppadom or something was his name, right? He's the Lord Mayor of Tala now. He's the Tala Lord Mayor, right? And the kid said, what's his name, Dad? I said, I don't know. It's a Wi-Fi password. That's all I knew. Okamwakadiki or something like that it was. It was a Wi-Fi password, or Unkadonkadoopi, you know? But what's this? No non-Irish be allowed to vote unless in the country 10 years and contribute to the country. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
What's RTE? What's this now? Irish tour. They need to stand in elections in Africa. That's who they represent. Exactly, that's who they represent. The town hall in Mitchelstown, there was a class for Ukrainians on how to vote. Guess who they were told to vote? And an actual meeting on this. Yeah.
But sure, we know.
No,
so that we actually quite interesting to see what happens when that goes back to court. Because if there's a ruling on the locals, that then in right should affect the generals.
Well, foreigners can't. I don't think they can vote in the generals.
Yeah, but you think
unless
about
you
it.
have citizenship. Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on. You think about it. What about people who got voted in the locals, who then went on and got voted in the generals?
And got voted in the generals.
If they hadn't got voted in the locals, they more than likely may not have gone to the generals. So technically, you know, should the TD?
Someone is saying that Ongar and Tillstown is like the Congo. Yeah, listen, there's 90% are foreign up there. I'm being honest with you, 90% are foreign. And it's horrible. Like that's why I went and ran over in Dublin Bay North, because that's where I was from. And the vote, I'm going to be honest, if I'd have ran over here in the local elections, I genuinely thought Dermot was running over here in the locals and for MEP. Genuinely, that's what I thought. I was announced for Ongar, and then I found out that Dermot wasn't running in the locals. I was disgusted. I was gonna change, and then listen, it was too late to change. So he's in Blanche. Who's in Blanche? Zero.
Probably that guy that you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of what that one was. There was before the Peter McGreal, there was another screenshot I sent on to you from Grip.
I just want to. Somebody just put something up there now about Ruth Coppinger, so I'm just going to read that out there. So I like talking about that bitch. Ruth Coppinger is an advocate of secularism and believes in abolishing both the Angelus and the Dáil prayer, viewing them as relics of an outdated intertwining of religion and governance. She supports the separation of church and state, criticizes the Catholic Church's historic influence in education and health, as well as its financial privileges, including exemptions from accountability under regulations like SIPO. She has called for the requisitioning of church lands and property, citing the church's failure to meet commitments to abuse victims and the necessity of addressing historical injustices. On drug policy, Coppinger supports decriminalisation and endorses the Portuguese model, which treats addiction as a health issue rather than a criminal matter. She emphasises the hypocrisy of criminalising drug use while overlooking the societal harm caused by alcohol, and advocates for expanding access to medical cannabis, criticising the political interior in addressing this need. In 2018, Coppinger praised the Me Too movement for exposing patterns of abuse and systemic inequality. However, she also noted the limitations of achieving justice through. Yeah. Okay. What did you say to me there? What was it? Did you send me?
Yeah, just I sent you something else on there from Gript. It came up on the screenshot before the Peter McGreal one.
Okay.
You flicked over to it.
Artie McGreal, yeah, I have it there. The foreign gangs see Ireland as a feasting ground. Is that the one? Okay, this is from Ken Flynn. Is that his name? Ken O'Flynn or something?
Ken O'Flynn, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was relevant.
Foreign gangs. Yeah, I'll just pull this down. TD, foreign gangs see Ireland as feasting ground. That's on May 15th. A Cork TD has said that he believes there is mounting evidence that foreign gangs see Ireland as a predatory feasting ground, and that communities are being poisoned by this cancer of criminality. Independent TD Ken O'Flynn made his remarks while also praising the work of special undercover operation officers from the Bridal Garda station in Dublin, who have interrupted what is believed to be one of the state's most extensive organised prostitution rings. Wow.
And I think, did I write a note underneath it? That the one I wrote, a note underneath it?
It's been reported that a gang have been using takeaways, cafes, barbers, and butcher shops in Dublin City as fronts for their criminal activities. Yeah.
There you go. Now, bear in mind, all these foreigners get 30,000 to set up a shop, and how many shops?
50.
Yeah. Well, 50. Yeah, because they're not. Is it not? I think it's 60,000 for 2 years. But how many of these shops are not actual proper shops? They are fronts for either drugs, prostitution, money laundering, whatever.
Yeah. She has eunuchs, her children. Oh, listen, she has. This is again your woman we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get away from her. Yeah.
Horrible individual. Like, again, who would have voted for her? I guarantee you she got into the foreign vote. Oh no, she's a TD, isn't she?
But she got in as a councillor as well.
Yeah, well, there you go now. How did she get in as a councillor? Bet you through the foreign vote. Because there's very few Irish, unless you're the lefty crowd, they're the only ones that are going to vote for her. Most Irish people are not going to vote for her. So how did she get in?
Yeah, someone said they're actually at 60,000 for 3 years. Okay, thanks for that, Anne-Marie. Fair play to you. Yeah, who just sent me in this? Oh, what's this? Did you know that the old paint factory in Coolock? Yeah, I'm just we'll present that there now. I did know this, but people mightn't have known it. Yeah. Did you know? Hold on, boom. Yeah. Did you know that the old paint factory in Coolock had previously been part of an ambitious development plan? In 2019, the factory site was refused planning for 198 apartments, 1 creche, 172 hotel beds, 1 playground, 120 unit apart hotel. What happened? Planning sought for major scheme. I'll tell you what happened. Larry O'Toole and Sinn Féin objected to it. That's what happened. That's
But yet it's amazing how iPass can come in.
Of course, because they changed the exemption orders. But this was a pre-63 building, which meant it was exempt from the exemption orders.
Yeah.
So that's how they're done, you know?
Yeah, getting around it.
Yeah. How did Paul Murphy get in? Paul Murphy got in through the water protest. That's how he got in, because he was out on the streets with people during the water protest, and he gets potholes fixed and stupid shit like that. That's how they all get in. You look at any of them, they're in the area, they're either getting football pitches done, they're getting this done or that done. We all ran in different areas where we had done nothing in them areas. We were just looking for the nationalist vote, you know what I mean? But we had done nothing in the area, you know what I mean? Like, we knew nothing about the area. Kevin Coyle ran in Darndale because he wanted to think for the horses and the kids, and he put this in a, you know, listen, he was on the ground doing shit, you know what I mean? Whereas I moved in there, I was talking to people in Kilmore about the football pitch and the whole lot, but we didn't do anything. We didn't get anything going. We didn't really get into the community, but that gobshite did, and that's what he does, you know. We have Algerians living in iPass opening a restaurant in our town. Yes, every taxi driver, I'm going to be honest with you, I drove up through the one beside the Clarion. Is the Clarion up at the N32? The Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn is an iPass centre. The whole hotel is an iPass centre. Okay, I drove through there last year, right, and I put the camera on, and I counted 12 or 14 taxis sitting in the car park. Now, these guys are taxi drivers now. You know what I mean? They're getting fed, they're getting water, they're getting shelter. You don't have to pay any bills. Whereas our taxi drivers are out breaking the bollocks, excuse me,
I
French.
know.
You know what I mean? Trying to pay a mortgage, trying to pay off debts on a car. It's disgraceful what's happening in this country. It's just disgraceful. Like,
I know.
Paul Murphy is a scrawny little prick. He is a scrawny little prick.
He's another horrible individual.
She got bullied in school. She got cyber bullied, yeah. Well, they know the plan. They know the plan was to put an iPass centre in Coolock, so they refused planning for anything else. Yeah, probably, yeah. Close the laptop, you clown. Whoever, I don't know what laptop. Cyber bullied. Irish people are the most friendly in Europe. I won't see world as Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, etc. are very friendly in the competition. In Europe, Ireland wins the friendly competition. Yes, they do. Did you see the Eurovision shite last night? Jesus,
I don't watch the Eurovision. It's nonsense.
I don't watch it either, but I was over with the kids and it was on. You know what I mean? It was. Yeah, it's just the greatest load of shite.
No, I haven't watched it in years and years and years.
Sinn Féin opened an office in Thing. Bullied.
I remember when I was out doing the I think it was the local elections. Yeah, I think it was the local elections, and I was in an area. And there's a Sinn Féin councillor there. And I'll never forget his office being there. And the Palestinian flag up. Not the Irish flag, the Palestinian flag up.
Yeah.
Sarah's after messaging saying Tom's trying to get in.
Well, where is he?
Don't know. I just see a message flash up.
Well, he's not in. He's not. I just want to say something there.
5 minutes, isn't he?
Well, we can finish. We can wait in a few more minutes. No, I let it run over. Why are Irish taxi men? Yeah, why are Irish taxi men not saying anything about it? Because people aren't listening to them, mate. That's why. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I done my taxi test. I've done it twice now. Okay. On the first time, I got 79% and 59%. Okay, that's on knowing the business and Kevin couldn't get on that link either. You got in no problem on that link, but it's
Yeah,
the same link.
it's fine. Sure, am I here?
Yeah, no, I know.
So, and I had no issue with it.
Yeah, I'm just going to present it again. Oh, sorry, I'm presenting there. Sorry, I'm just going to send the link again. Invite 9KGE. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the link. It's the only link I have. Listen, you can't get in. You can't get in. Michael O'Sullivan, Flame Chef, Shallow Play. There again, stewards at GAA matches, constant security supermarket. Yeah, it's true. How are you, Frank? But what I'm saying there is, right, I got 79%. Okay, she said if you had got one more question right, a foreigner doing it for me, a foreigner, right, a Pakistani girl, right. Now I was told by someone who works there and people that work in taxis that foreigners only have to get a 30% pass rate. So why should I need to get an 80% pass rate? Me,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I know. Lived here all my life, who could tell you any street in Dublin, and these guys are getting in and doing. You know what I mean? It's.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be bringing a court case against this now because I'm sick of it now at this stage. I'm a taxi man, 30 years driving a 131 Skoda. Can't afford a new car. Where cab investigations, where they getting the money? Exactly where they getting the money. That's it.
Yeah, good point, Jerry.
Yeah. They all work for us. My dad's the same, Jerry. But Shadow Play, 'twas far from Dana's all kinds of Dana's all kind of remind me of you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Irish don't work for politicians. Yeah. Jimmy O'Brien, I work with a Trump hater and she got a taxi. She got a taxi last week and she got a Trump mantra from the taxi driver. She said he was rude and argumentative. Yeah, well, I'm a big Trump fan and yeah. Like my dad, I gave my dad the hats. Remember the hats? Make Ireland great again. My dad wears that now in the taxi. So yeah, listen, watch this space. Well, listen, if Tom is not coming on, we're not hitting 1,000 there, people. Fair play to you, everyone who logged in and everyone
I don't know. Like I had no problem getting in, but like I mean, that's 2 links you've sent out now, and there's.
Yeah. But there we go, people. Fair play. We've hit 1,000. Fair play. It's not bad for a Friday night.
No, it's great.
Not bad for Friday night. And if anyone can buy us a coffee or a Bulmers, whatever you want. Yeah, buy me a Bulmers. But a coffee will do. Fair play to you all.
Not him. Don't mind Paul. Never mind him. Me.
No, I'll have a coffee. Yeah, I'll have a coffee. Yeah. But yeah, and fair play to everyone. Anyone who's texted on the WhatsApp number, fair play to you.
Sarah says he's coming. So he must be coming in.
He's coming. Okay. I hope he does come in because I'm bursting to go to the toilet. So I'll leave you and Tom here for a few minutes talking. I just put that in the comments, people. For anyone who wants to buy us a coffee there, you can see it there in the comments. Sinn Féin all of a sudden seem to be happy with political policing. Yes, Sinn Féin tried to jump on the bandwagon there today as well. I got my taxi license and a new car, did my knowledge, but many unlicensed Pakistanis all driving the same cars put me out of business. Yeah. It's disgraceful, man. It's disgraceful. I swear to God. How do I donate? I've just put it in there. It's in the comments there. If you see there, buy us a coffee. HTTPS for boys. Buy.stripe.com. Yeah, it's in the comments there. You just click on the link there if you want to. I'll put it across the screen there again there now if you want. There it is there. Support us, buy us a coffee. https://buy.stripe.com/boy.OFZGETQD7. Okay.
Yeah, but the link's there anyway.
Yeah.
But then again, the same thing again. Gavin Pepper has spoken out several times about the taxi drivers. But are they up on Virgin Media? Are they up on RT? Probably not. Because they'd be giving out about the foreigners, you know? So, like, I mean, that's something for you, Paul, to be doing up in Dublin, is maybe interviewing some of them.
Yeah, I know. Interview me, da. Interview. Yeah, I can go. Yeah, I will be doing that. I will, you know what I mean? Because it's very wrong, you know what I mean? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, hurry up, will you? Both to do a hit and miss me. Fianna Fáil TD wants to remove compulsory full licensed driver with learner. And we all know why. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. The amount of 05, 06, 07 cars being driven by Pakistanis and Indian women and they don't even they go the wrong way around roundabouts and everything. It's really gone ridiculous. Look, I'm being honest with you, it really has. Or maybe we're all wrong. Sorry, Katrina, can you put a link in Facebook comments? Oh, okay. I can't put a link in the comments, but I'll put a link on Facebook. Yeah, I will. I'll do that now in a minute. Fair play to you. Good call. Yeah, Sarah Hardy. Sarah, is he coming in or what's the bleeding story? I'm bursting to go to the toilet, hun. So I'll actually put a link in. There's actually a link on the the Facebook. If you come on through Facebook, the link is already there from where I put it out this evening. The link is on it there to buy me a coffee.
I see. Is Frank there? Send him the link and let Frank on. See, can Frank come on? If Frank can't come on, there's something wrong then.
Yeah, okay.
Just send the link on to Frank.
Right. The link. Let's try Frank then. We see can Frank come on. Frank Conway. There you go, Frank.
Yeah, just if you're listening there, Frank. See, can you come on? Because if he can't get in, then there's an issue.
Hold on, yeah, okay. The card was changed this evening, so it could be something to do with that. That won't let me bring on other people. Card? I had to change the bank card thing this evening on it, so that could be what it is.
But then, how did I get in?
Well, it probably lets us have 2 in. You know, it mightn't let us have 3 in because the payment probably hasn't gone through for it yet.
Oh,
I'd say
right, okay.
that could be what it is. I don't know, but we'll know now in a minute. It's all on purpose. Okay, yeah. Women ain't safe in the migrant cabs. Lots of sexual assaults and rapes. Well, I was only talking about this evening, that there's been 19 rapes by Pakistani and Indian men since 2019. You know, so.
Well, look out. I was saying that check out the taxi crowds, because I think some of them would have an Irish flag, or they'll have some sort of thing up on their taxi so that you know that they're Irish.
Yeah.
And try and get an Irish driver.
Yeah, I've sent that on to Frank there now. I don't know. There's probably an issue. Frank, okay, grand. Frank won't be on. He's not. He's tired. He's had to be out in the sun. Listen, let's not worry about it. Let's not. See, can Sarah come in? Just because we finishing up now. We're gone over the 2 hours anyway.
Yeah.
Payment says Freedom Network. Yeah, it is. This was the Freedom Network. That's what this was. We started this off last year as the Freedom Network, and the stripe is Freedom Network stripe. So we just kept the same stripe. You know what I mean? It's the Freedom Network is mine. The Irish column is mine. Ireland Live is mine. And we go through the Irish channel. But yeah, they're all mine. They're all, like, I set every one of these up. Like, we've set these up ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? And everything is mine. It's all mine. Yeah. But no, there's
maybe
nobody else.
Yeah, maybe that's what the issue was. Yeah, but Frank didn't try to come in though.
No, he didn't. Sarah, I'll you can't send it to Sarah. Sure, you can't. We're going to finish up with that, but I just want to see can anyone come in. Oh God!
If they can't, then look, Paul, we'll just finish up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's probably why Kevin couldn't get in. Fuck. Sick of the stick now I am over there.
Yeah, but you look, you can come in on Sunday night or one of the other evenings.
Oh, yeah. We get them all in Sunday night to talk. You know what I mean? But I'd like you to get them in tonight for the thing.
I know.
Sarah, come in there. Sarah, can you try and come in there? I've just sent you the link.
Just see, does it work? Sarah, if it doesn't, then
I have a screenshot the comments about teachers' posts. Okay, Sarah Hardy. Yeah, see, I tried to join there. Oh, Frank's in. Hello, Frank. How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Frank. How are you?
Hey, Paul. How are you, Orla? How are you getting on?
Good.
Did you get in okay?
I got in grand. I did. Sorry, no, the lighting is just a bit dark there now.
Oh, don't worry about it. A bit of ambience.
Yeah.
Well, there's Frank getting in okay.
Says I'm backstage. You're not backstage, Sarah. We can't see you. Can't see it. Yeah. Sarah Hardy. No. Oh, no. Wait. Says ended. Well, it's not ended, Sarah. We're still here. Give me 1 minute. Oh, God.
How are you, Frank?
Who's that now?
I'm grand.
An image of somebody.
Paul wants to go for a break, does he?
I need to go to the toilet, for a minute, Frank, if you don't mind. So fill in there.
It's all right. Frank can be my new co-host.
Yeah. Okay, great show. Yeah, great show. In and out I am. But Sarah asked me to drop in. I said I am so tired. I don't think I could. But sure, look, when you called me out, then I said I will jump in.
Yeah, we just, because Kevin couldn't come on, somebody else couldn't, Tom couldn't come on, and so we just want to see did the link work, because I had no issue getting on earlier on, you know. So look, I'm not going to ask you how things are on the in the economic side of things tonight.
You
You're like,
really
no,
want to
like,
end the show early, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
I haven't really been keeping up with, economic data is quite, slow to come out, as we know. The only kind of barometer that you go by is what's going on in the stock market and certain sectors. That's basically it. I haven't really been looking into Trump over in, is he in the UAE or Qatar and that? So, I see Starmer's acting the tough guy as well. Wants all the borders closed and get them out and all this type of thing. And, how many prime ministers recently have done the same thing, just to spin the narrative and pretend that they're acting in the interest of the British people, and they're not. They're just a front. That's all. He got rattled in the recent elections, local elections, and he's acting tough now because he's worried that Reform may take up more council seats in the future.
There's actually a great guy I follow called James, I think, is it Merville? And he does an awful lot of the farmer stuff, the no food, no farmers. And I'm following on X, and oh my God, the stuff he puts up about Starmer is unbelievable. And like, he gives a big long list of all the fake promises that he made and hasn't fulfilled any of them. Typical, like most politicians, So it's probably, as you said yourself, more fake promises.
But even you see it here in Ireland, pushing that type of spin. Climate activists now, they're putting it into schools, and they're going to be turning our children into little Greta Thunbergs.
Yeah.
Rather than focusing on the critical, essential, what I think is essential anyway. I would rather see philosophy in there than climate activism or critical thinking, and there's no room for extra stuff, especially when it's pushing a certain agenda.
Exactly.
Research funding in third level, we were told, is going to be just for SDGs. So if you're looking to do a piece of research, looking for a bit of funding or whatever like that, and I want to do it on something else, no, you can't. There's no money for it. Unless you do it on SDGs. So, if you wanted to do something on equity or diversity, we'll give you the funding.
Yeah, we have Tom in there now.
Hey,
Tom, you want to talk about the ABB building. I know we have about 10 minutes left, so I'll give you the floor, Tom.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. You have the ABB tomorrow at 2 o'clock. There's about 4 bypass centres there within a half mile, possibly 5. There could be one down in Kilnamanagh and all. So, and then you're talking, you're down the road, you have the SIAC, you're in Clondalk, and you have them everywhere. So it's absolutely mental, it's beyond like any reasonable, around Dublin 4, Dalkey, all these areas, they get nothing, Blackrock, all that. They're not getting them. Well, Blackrock might have won there now, but they're not getting them in certain areas. And then, yes, working class area like Tala, Clondalkin is loaded out with them, And then you're going to the Red Cow just down, Ballyfermot's another one. They're all in the one area. It's an awful lot of them there stuck together, it's shocking. And, it's very, very worrying, There's one there is 4,500 in it, the one in City West, 4,500 in that one, Man, that's an army. That is frightening, So hopefully a lot of people. I was in Blessington there this evening, trying to get them organised and that, and grand crowd there. There was a nice crowd there, maybe 400 or whatever in it, and so that's everywhere. And the one, it's shocking. The one in Blessington too. It was a leisure area where they have pony riding, and they have it's like a holiday resort, and there was accommodation there.
The Avon, it's called the Avon, in Blessington,
The Avon, and I think it's This Sutcliffe fella, is he the owner? I don't know. Is there some they're
I'm not
connected
sure
to it
who
now?
owns it. But
Sorry?
it is.
Probably Mel. Is it Mel
It's a
Sutcliffe?
proper holiday place because they have like the lakes there, so they've all different water events, and then the whole different things during the year. I've been a few times because I go down with the animal rescue. But like, do you see all the houses there? All those houses are full of Ukrainians.
Yeah, but they're moving out. The Ukrainians now moving in. The new arrivals, I think, you know. So, see, all Ukrainians are on a 90-day notice everywhere. So, your man told me in the council, and that's, you know, like straight up, he couldn't. I know they'd be leading you down the garden path, but he told me straight up. He says they're all on 90-day notice. So, what they're doing, and I said, where are they going to go? And he says, well, they can go to the west of Ireland and go where it's cheap accommodation, or leave the country. So, they're a slight drill in the hole. They've used the Ukrainians. Sure, the Ukrainians should never come to Ireland in the first place. This is where there's no valid like you have to ground anything on a valid argument. Like so, from East Ukraine to West Ukraine is 1,400. It's from here to Paris. That's how far it is. That's estimate. I'd estimate it's 1,400 meters to 1,400 kilometers from here to Paris. I'd estimate it could be 17 and it could be 13 or whatever. And it's basically the same from one side of Ukraine to the other. So why didn't the Irish government just send of all our billions, when they just sent over $1 billion or $2 billion over and put them into West Ukraine? We were here through the troubles in Northern Ireland. You would have, Paul, anyone. We knew nothing about what was going on up there. There was 5,000-6,000 people killed.
Yeah.
We knew nothing about what was going on up there. We never heard or seen a gunshot. You know, apart from the Parnell Street bombings and that, there was nothing really in the south. So, and there was horrific stuff going on up in the north. Like I played football up there during the troubles in '89 and that, and it was all like a war zone. It was, you couldn't go into a pub. You went into like a chicken pen, and you waited there till you were clear to get into them. You couldn't run in and out of the pub, like, you know, in West Belfast. So we were oblivious to that during the troubles, and like West Ukraine, so they shouldn't have come here, and then they used them to drill a hole for the new boys that are coming, and this is, we're in a shocking state now, you know. And I don't know where it's, how do you stop it or where to stop? But legal is the only way. Legal seems to be the only way that can stop them. The likes of Patrick McGrail and Brendan Kelly's daughter, they're there. Is Coolock finished now altogether? There was something came up there this evening?
Oh yeah,
that's legal.
Yeah, we were all there partying today. It was brilliant, I have to say. Yeah, finished, gone. That's it.
Yeah, so it's gone.
Is that real though? Like Nick Delahanty put up a post about 5 hours ago, and it seemed to be putting a spanner in the works. You know,
not for Coolock. That was for Brooklyn.
Sorry.
Brooklands, yeah. I was only saying that, Frank, because Rick had an article yesterday saying that was sorted, but obviously something has changed. How's things in Waterford, Frank?
Sorry, you broke up. How things in?
How's things in Waterford?
Yeah, I guess, well, where I am really, it wouldn't have the extent, you know, with those protests that Tom's been at and we're hearing all about, you know, you don't really have it here at all. It's either gone, even though places have been identified and people, you know, not necessarily identified, but people know that there's stuff going in. But look, I've heard a lot of people, they're starting to talk. They don't go into the city anymore. They don't want to be going in there. You know, you go in, I've been to a number of shops there over the last week, and I'm a minority in it. I was in there yesterday. Just went again to get a pair of runners. I guess a lot of Irish people are working, you know, but where I was anyway, I was a minority in the place.
Yeah,
you know, so
it's gone to a stage now where we're no longer the majority. I'd say, like it's anywhere I go and I'm out and about. I don't drink, but I don't go into the pubs or where you're out in the garages. There, I stop off for a cup of coffee and that crack in the garages. And like you've been a minority in most garages I go into. Yeah. I went into one at the airport in Dublin, waiting for my daughter there about 2 weeks ago, and there was 18 in the garages, 14 were foreign, and there's only 4 of us were white and Irish. So it is.
And everybody that's working there is foreign as well. They're all. I've noticed it now in the garage here, and they're just changing. They're Indian, Pakistani men every couple of weeks, different ones. You know what I mean? But that's what they are. That's it. There's no Irish.
Yeah.
There might be an Irish manager. That's it. But then the rest of them are all foreign. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I had an interesting conversation this evening. Do you know we're on about whistleblowers? Like, we have rabbit hole diggers now. It's very good in our side, and they're brilliant. And they've come up with, must go through them when I go home, with information of nationalities who's getting accommodation. But a guy came to me this evening, and I says, give me your number, and he wouldn't give it. He was a estate agent or whatever he was. And he was on about, I don't know, because there was a woman giving me grief when I was speaking, you know. Oh, it's racist, you know, we don't want to become racist. Look, we're not fucking racist. Get that shit out of your head. Like, we don't want, we're concerned parents. I know we're all concerned parents. You know, that's gone. And he was talking to me at the same time. And he was like giving me serious information about 206 apartments that was given out through social, but he was on about how to transfer it, to hide it, and I couldn't, because she was in one ear and he was giving me the information the other ear, and I asked him to give me his phone number, and he says, look, Tom, I won't, because my job will be gone in the morning. But he was on about 203 apartments, and he says 155 went to foreigners. That's social, you know. Yeah. So it's there, lads. It's coming now. The information is coming that we need, and maybe that's why they're giving me grief in the council, threatening me my job and that. Because I asked in the last meeting, I asked for transparency, and I says, "What is wrong with transparency? Like, what is the problem? Tell me what nationality is getting the housing? Because I have people from Ireland here can't get a house." And they're 15 years, 16 years, 9 years on the waiting list. And I want to know, what's wrong with transparency? Is something wrong with that word? Like, they went into a state of shock. And then I received them letters. Maybe, I was just thinking there now as I was driving home, maybe that's the reason I received them letters, because they know they can't, if they give me that information, it'll just go bang, you know? People will just go.
I'm just gonna. Jimmy just asked there. Jimmy O'Brien just asked, "Can I join for just 2 minutes?" Jimmy, send me a text there on the WhatsApp 0892031521, and I will send you the link to come in if you want to, just for 2 minutes, Jimmy, to say what you have to say. Okay. So send me a message here, Jimmy, and just say who you are, and if I can send it to you, I will. Now, don't come on roaring and shouting, because I'll just get rid of you straight away. If you have something to say, come in and say it. But if you're going to start messing, you'll mess for 10 seconds and you'll be gone. So, yeah, Jimmy, if you send me a message on that number, 0892031521, we'll be finishing up now in a few minutes. So come in for 2 minutes and say what you have to say.
Didn't something like that happen to Patrick Quinlan? He wanted to put a motion into the Dublin City Council on transparency. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But he was basically belittled, and, you know,
40,
and then
he was outvoted 29-1. Yeah,
and then another situation with a couple of the councillors, Gavin and Malachy, and was it Sutcliffe, or what's his name? Yeah, they were kind of laughed out.
Sutcliffe,
from the mayor of Dublin that time. Not so long ago. So
it's a nightmare. Thomas probably the same in Kildare.
Oh, he is.
You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah, that's why he's saying it.
You know, it's brutal, like, you know.
But see, they don't want to give it. If they give that information out, then people will know that whatever the percentage is going to foreigners, and they're not going to Irish.
Yeah. As well as that, like, a lot of people are afraid, as Tom said, to speak up or be labelled something. But look, Tom knows the truth, and that's why he's able to have that standing and that, you know, honesty about him, and people see that. You know, he doesn't have to, like, once he was a councillor, he could sit back now and just do his role for the next 4 or 5 years. But he's not, like, he's putting himself, as he said there, in jeopardy of possibly being reprimanded and losing his seat.
Exactly.
But they're scaremongering tactics, Tom, I'm sure, to keep you quiet.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
That's That's what he's.
And Thomas probably like myself, afraid of fuck all. I'm afraid of none of them. You know what I mean? I couldn't give a shit about any of them. I'm being honest.
Let them come out with whatever they want to come out. Yeah. Let them.
Absolutely crazy. Who's that? I'm a big Trump supporter too. Yeah. I just sent that link off to Jimmy there. Let him come in for a minute and we'll see how he gets on. But there he is. There. His name is not Jimmy. How are you doing? Come in there for a minute. Tell us what you want.
How's it going?
How are you doing?
No, that's just it's a rugby name for Leinster, but that's my name.
No problem.
Richard,
How's
is it?
things?
Richard.
Yeah,
you're getting an
not
echo
my
there,
real
are you?
name. My name is obviously Richard Daly, but
yeah.
I just want to ask a question. I work in a nursing home which is pretty much 95% non-Irish, and they're all very friendly and all that kind of stuff. But I can't get any kind of vibe from them that they have an anti-Irish native sentiment from them. Now,
just turn down your speaker there. Just turn down your speaker while you're talking. You won't get the feedback.
What I'm saying is I work in a nursing home, and I'm like a minority Irish in the nursing home, and most of them are very friendly, hardworking, whatever. And, they do a good job. They keep the system running. And I get no vibe that, oh, you're white Irish, oh, you little prick or whatever. I don't get that. No, I understand that there is hatred for Irish natives from foreigners. I do accept that. And it's rampant, but I don't know, there seems to be a lot of them that are like, kind of ignorant of it or don't know what's going on.
But you
there
can
is
look on
a lot of them that are ignorant.
The nursing homes and all that, like it's my wife works in a nursing home and all, and she's a nurse, and she works with a lot of nurses from Kerala. They're Indian, and they're from Kerala in India, and they're Catholics and that. There's no problem with them whatsoever. But the big thing is about the nursing. All ours is embargo against all our nurses, all our staff. They had for years and years. They had embargoes against them. They wouldn't give ours the jobs. They won't give them placements. They can't rent apartments. So then they encouraged the nurses to come from overseas to here. It's a very bad and wrong situation. Like if you do your Trinity and do all them high qualifications, they can't get a job. They don't offer them a place, and that's a problem. So there's different types of arguments, and there's different categories of refugees, or like they're working immigrants. They're not refugees or anything. Like they're working and they're in the system and they're working and whatever, and they're harmless. They're good people. There's all different. There's about 10 different categories of people. And you can't identify one as all. Or go on about hatred. Now you're on about the staff are good. My wife's auntie, who's in the Arkeen, is in Waterford Hospital, and she was a district nurse in London for years, and she retired there. She came home when she was about 65, and she's 90 now, 92, and she was a little bit delirious, and she got up out of her bed at night, and she was basically manhandled and bet back into, very, very badly handled, put it that way. She was in a state of shock. And it was 2 black African guys that done it. There was security at the hospital there in Waterford. And I've heard, and my son works there as a physiotherapist, and he says there is problems there. There is problems with the staff, how they handle them, and it's mainly coming from security at that hospital in Waterford. I think it's called the Arkeen, is it, Frank?
Yeah, it's Waterford University Hospital now. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Arkeen.
Out in Arkeen. But even add to that, not only the embargo on Irish nurses, but they're offering, if you go look up gov.ie, I don't know whereabouts on that website, they tell you everything. The government tell you everything, so they don't want to be kind of hiding a lot of things. But they will offer up to €5,000 for healthcare workers from Nigeria and other places. So there's that sweetener as well to entice people to come over, and they're
So
also
get rid of
reducing the level of qualifications required from a level 6 down to a level 5 FETAC level of education as well.
Yeah.
So that's happening in NCT centres too. It's all right across the board.
Yeah, and I was talking to Susan on that, and she does something with health and safety and that, and she says that their level of English with a lot of them is very low. It's not good, and a lot of their applications and things are filled up it's like AI, just fill it up, and in a lot of cases their English is not great. So we're getting a less level. The nursing staff are not as high a level. I'm not saying right across the board. When they come from different areas, probably better, and the Indians are quite nice and caring, the Indian nurses from Kerala anyway. But they're not as of a high quality as the Irish nurses. And our nurses, as I keep saying, they should be encouraged. They should be given. Your man told me that there tonight that they gave out 155 apartments to foreign nationals and only gave 50 or whatever, so 75% to foreign nationals. Why wouldn't they give them to the Irish nurses and give them jobs? Why are they going to Australia? This is the problem. So they can't go up there and pay 3,000 out of their wages to £3,000 cost your apartment in Dublin. So how could they do it? So it's a terrible scenario,
Yeah.
And how do you?
Lads, we
how
only
do you
have 2
find
minutes.
How
We
do you
only
find
have
things,
2 minutes
Richard,
left here.
with say them coming in and speaking English? And you said they're anyone that there, they're all good workers and all that.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, this man you're talking to. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, Richard. Yeah, I was asking Richard.
Yeah, for the most part, they're pretty good. I fail to find too much faults with them. Sometimes we run into problems where we're short-staffed and we get agency, and most of the agency are Black Africans, and they come from Mallow in County Cork, and they kind of fill the void when there's a bit of a staffing shortage. But what I notice when they come in is they just it's just a wage and just do the job, and whatever. I'm here for the wage, not really so much the care or whatever. But we're not in that situation at the moment. But the staff we have at the moment are, as I said, are probably 90% foreign, who are not agency but staff. But they seem to be doing a reasonably good job from what I can see.
Okay, listen, Richard, I'm sorry I have to cut you off. I've only a minute and a half left to do me roar and everything else. So thanks for coming in, Richard. Okay, thank you very much. And we could get you in again.
I'll come in again.
Come in and have a chat again.
Thanks for letting me in anyway.
Thanks, Richard. No problem,
nice
mate. Cheers. Look, guys, I'm going to have to drop yours down as well because we've only a minute and 30 left. Okay, so just wait in the green room down there and I'll bring you back in. Frank, I'll talk to you in 5 minutes, okay? Or Tom, I'll talk to you. You just hang around down there and I'll talk to you in 2 minutes. Orla, thank you very much. As usual, it's been emotional. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you in 2 seconds. Sarah is sitting there. Hi, Sarah. Hi. I'll drop you down now.
Drop me down.
People, thank you very much. We've hit, what have we hit tonight? I think we've hit 1,100, have we? No, yeah, we've hit 1,100. Fair play to everybody who listened. If you can buy us a coffee, please do. It was in the Stripe thing there. Fair play to you all. Thank you for everyone who came in. Thanks for Richard coming in. Thanks for Tom. Thanks for Frank, Orla. Thanks to all the people at Coolock who are celebrating tonight. Coolock says no. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless everyone. Take care. Happy Friday.